At least it says it's live. Let's see how it goes. All right. Well, hey, okay. Up and running. Let's head on over to get Grumble going. Get Grumble past its pre-reel, which I don't know what it's doing right now. There it goes. Okay, Rumble's up. There goes YouTube. Wow, that took a second. I'm supposed to be on low latency too, but woof. That was stuff. Let me see, make sure. There we go. Okay, we are actually on here. Wow. Sorry, everyone. I know my post said 11, but woof. Woof. Stuff hit the fan. All right, let's just hop right into it. So everything is going. Woohoo. So far, not having the problems I did last night. Let's, by the way, everyone, I'm going to say happy Tuesday. Oh, boy. Almost felt like a Monday. I forgot we had dog obedience class tonight. So, yeah, I was planning on an earlier stream, and then, oh, crap, I forgot we had obedience class. You know, our dogs have all graduated, but we go regularly because it is good for them. Okay. How's it going? How's it going? How is it going? Holy Moses. Well, let's get into a little bit of chit-chat here right away. Talked about this on the stream last night. The downtown LA riot a few days ago. 48 hours later, no known arrests. 48 hours after mob attack on LA trained shops police car. Sounds like there would have been police right near the car. In fact, I showed images of that. Weird, huh? Not a single arrest? Not one? Yet? 48 hours? There were people there? There were cops there? Yeah. Police are working to identify, this is KTLA, by the way, I went right to the source. Police are working to identify a group of at least 50 people. At least? Really? No shit. No kidding. The videos I showed the other night from all of it in the story, yeah, it's at least 50. No kidding, huh? It's way over 50. It's way over a couple hundred. I'm going to say at least a couple hundred. A group of at least 50 people have yet to announce any arrests more than 48 hours after a mob vandalized metro trains, several businesses, and at least one police vehicle in downtown Los Angeles over the weekend. The chaotic scene unfolded after police teams were dispatched to the 1700 block of Trinity Avenue near Washington Boulevard for reports of a group that was trespassing in the area late Saturday night. The group vandalized a metro train on Washington Boulevard, also vandalized some businesses in the area, a Los Angeles Police Department spokesperson told KTLA shortly after the incident. Video later revealed the violent crowd spray painting and banging on windows of an A-line train, which had stopped along its route. Metro later issued a statement announcing that 2 trains were attacked by the mob, which even boarded one of them. Now, excuse me. Didn't see that coming. That was interesting. Video later, okay, sorry, did that with the train. But look at this. Here are 2 morons right here, and this third guy in the back, you can get his face. 3 morons in front of a squad car doing the flippy finger thing that's all painted up. So, wait a minute, you're going to tell me that we haven't in 48 hours found these idiots? You're kidding. Because I know this is a supposition, an assumption. And I know when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I got it. I'm going to have a little bit of an assumption here, though, that these 2 people have got arrest records and are in the system. And that if some dumb mother effer decided to actually care enough to just enter them in a computer, these faces here, it would pop up with something. I can enter these in Google AI and probably find something. Gemini will probably go, yo, yep, seen these guys, here's who they are. So yeah, hey, Jim. No, Jim, dude, never have to stay up for me. I just forgot we had dog obedience tonight. I thought it was Monday. So, man, no, go get your sleep. I understand. I'll just sit here and talk. I have no problem talking, man. This stays here. It's the beauty of the internet. So, man, you can get some sleep, buddy. But I appreciate you stopping by or hanging out. Yeah, so these two idiots right here, I'm going to say Grok, ChatGPT could find them in 48 hours. Somebody had the right resources. Just saying. I'm going to say Grok connected to their police database would have hunted these people down. So this is stupid. 48 hours with police right there. The police couldn't have nabbed one out of any of them. How about, okay, I'm going to do a little Discovery Channel here. Or how about this? Throwback time. Marlon Perkins' Wild Kingdom. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Love that show. What did we learn there from Jim out in the field while Marlon's sitting inside the studio? There's always a straggler. Hey, officers, LA, you couldn't have grabbed up a straggler or two? Just saying. Seems a little bit crappy. Of course, I'm going to tell a little story here. I watched it lately. I like watching police chase videos and some of the police arrest videos. That's my relaxation when I'm trying to go to bed or doing treatments late at night. And I watch those things like crazy. And anybody that watches these chase videos knows who is the biggest badasses of police chasing. Arkansas State Police, ASP. They are epic. You do not want to run from those guys. They will get you. They will pit you at 5 miles an hour. They will pit you at 105 miles an hour. They don't care. They are going to stop your ass. They don't have any of these weenie, don't chase type clauses. Oh my God. No, we don't have any of that crap. They don't. I mean, I don't live there, but they are badasses. Them in Georgia, you don't futz around. I watched a police chase, though, in LA recently. I'm sorry, I like police officers, but to LA police officers, you need to send your guys to Arkansas and Georgia to train to do pit maneuvers and or chases and driving. This was the most pitiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was not the only one who was commenting, oh my God, Arkansas State Police would have stopped this in the first 5 minutes. As this went on, it got worse. People were like, geez, they missed. This is how bad they were. There were no less than 9 pit attempts by multiple officers, and every one of them was a cluster fuck up. It was horrendous. Tons of people in our chat were like, Arkansas State Police, somebody get Arkansas State Police out there. Oh my God. It was horrendous. So I don't know what's going on in LA, but you want to talk Keystone Cops. It was pretty pitiful. And finally, the 10th try, and I think it was the 3rd officer or 4th officer, finally got an actual pit. You know how? The car had 3 tires taken out by this time. By their own accord, not running over strips. They couldn't even get this person to hit spike strips. It was just horrendous to watch. All you need is Benny Hill or Keystone Cops music over it. It was just horrendous. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on in LA, but I'm not going to... And sorry, LA officers. I know some of you are probably epic, but I'm going to say you're not the actually finest. Because, woof. I'm going to say right now, an Arkansas State Trooper would have tackled half these damn guys themselves. Total badasses. And I got some cops in my area, badasses, that know how to pit a car. 10 tries. And it was just horrendous to watch. But, yeah, let's see. Around midnight, approximately 50 trespassers. It was not 50. It was a lot more. Come on, KTLA. Blocked 2 A-line trains. I don't know why you mean they blocked. I would just slow way down and just keep on rolling. They got the little thingies so they don't go over pedestrians. It's like not even enough to go over a guinea pig or a hamster down below. Just slow down. Keep moving. Keep moving. You get hit doing stupid shit. Now, fuck around, win stupid prizes. That's it. So, yeah. Metro said statement, blah, blah. Trespass again is spray paint on the trains. Spray paint on both trains and gained entry. It amazes me how many people are carrying around spray paint cans. It's almost like they plan to have a riot. I can't remember the last time I was carrying around a can of spray paint or two in my pockets. Spray paint cans are kind of bulky and annoying and loud as they rattle to carry around. So I'm going to say the whole riot was a planned thing in the first place. It wasn't they just got out of a concert, a off-the-books concert and just decided to do this. Bullshit. Total bullshit. It was planned. Okay. Gained entry into the southbound train and sprayed paint on the interior even. That's because whoever's operating the trains was stupid and stopped. Keep rolling. Dumbasses. During the incident, no operators or passengers were harmed and service was delayed about 20 minutes. Great. And you get in and sit on paint. Angel Estrada. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, anybody that's ever watched 1970s police TV knows why Estrada is a cool name. If you know why, comment in the chat why that name means something. Especially when we're talking about police stuff in LA, in California. Angel Estrada, who works in the area, told KTLA's Carlos Herrera Tuesday morning that he saw the crowd vandalizing a bus and several businesses. My God. But hey, no arrests. Several individuals were seen vandalizing an LAPD squad car. Video showed that one officer was nearly struck by something, possibly a drink that was thrown from the crowd. Yeah, so, neato, huh? Police in riot gear arrived at once the incident was declared an unlawful assembly. Okay, I'm going to admit, I don't know the exact laws in California or LA, but usually once you're rioting, spray painting all over buildings, trains, stopping trains, attacking people, vandalizing squad cars. What do you mean you have to have a declared unlawful? I think automatically that's unlawful. I've never heard that I had to be declared unlawfully driving to get a speeding ticket. It just, here's your speeding ticket. I don't have to be declared for anything. Now, suddenly we have to declare this an unlawful gathering? It's just stupid. And it had the area cleared by about 1 a.m. Wait a minute here. Midnight, around midnight? Oh, wait a minute. From what I saw, from what I've been able to see and find, this definitely went on over an hour. So around midnight and by about 1. Let's see. Seems like bad reaction time, doesn't it? It took them an hour to get there and stop a riotous situation. Response time. Gotta love it. Let's see. It has to about 1 a.m., but the aftermath had Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass reaching out to Police Chief McDonald for answers. Hey, Karen. Her name is Karen. You can't make this stuff up. You got an Estrada and a Karen. Oh, my God. I'm loving it. Da-da-da-da. Chief McDonald for answer. Hey, Karen. How about the fact that you and the aldermen and stuff, alder people, whatever, have defunded the LA police? I'm just saying. Maybe it has something to do with it. Just saying. Maybe they don't feel like risking their butts because you guys keep screwing them over every time they do push somebody too hard. Oh my God, what about the criminals' rights? You know, stuff like that. It has to be stopped. We have to be very aggressive because we will never send the signal that maybe this is acceptable behavior. Really? California. This has been acceptable behavior in California for, well, at least a decade and a half. Yeah. So, whatever. Spokesperson for LAPD told KTLA Tuesday morning they had heard of any suspects being arrested. They had heard? Hadn't heard? Come on, KTLA. Of any suspect being arrested in connection with the incident. The motive for the attacks also remains unknown. Okay. I'm going to have to take a drink of coffee on this one. Really? Motive, huh? Huh. How about just because they're assholes? How about they're just thugs, criminals, jackasses, morons, bored degenerates? Something my wife and I talked about the other day, and I feel bad for people younger nowadays. City crews were seen trying to remove the graffiti from local businesses Tuesday morning, but still had lots of work to do. Dude, if you saw the paint in those pictures I showed yesterday and stuff, what the... Dude, that is an ass and a half to remove. You're not getting some of that paint off without damaging paint on other stuff. And there were a broken window. I mean, come on. At least one. I think these people right here could be found, Share right there in the center. So, oh, sorry, let me get to the chat here. My son's an engineer for Union Pacific and works in Chicago and Milwaukee. Times that guy asked for a ticket, he's already had a person step in front of the train on purpose. Yeah, well, there are nutty people. There are. Hey, Connie, what is up, honey? Let's see. One of my son's friends is a little older, but he was a little town hero. Depressed and gave away some of his stuff. Anyway, he was drunk and walked in front of a train. Well, I don't know about drunk. I've never been drunk enough to walk in front of a train. I think he was... Not to be mean, Connie, and I'm not trying to be a jackass. Well, okay, any more of a jackass than normal. I think he was going to do it anyway. Sounds like suicidal, but that sucks. That's really rough. When the fire department, they had to respond to recognize the young man. Whew. I heard there was a guy in my area, and I crap you not. He got hit by a train on his Harley. And he's like, oh, I didn't see or hear the train coming. I know Harleys are loud. One, if your Harley is that loud, you can't hear or feel the ground rumbling on the train. Okay, one, you kind of had it coming right there. I like loud vehicles too, but not that makes my ears bleed a block and a half away with my windows up in my car. And the funny thing is, if my car was that loud, and yes, you can buy cars with straight or block off exhaust, because you can say, well, I'm never going to use it on the road, and they'll sell it to you that way. So, but hey, if my car was that loud, I'd get a ticket. Just saying. We have sound ordinances, but it's only followed on cars and pickup trucks. Weird how that works. Or any semi-driver using his Jake brake. Engine braking. So, yeah. Looking for y'all, including this young man, to watch the new Titanic movie. Yike. Ugh. There's... You can never tell sometimes, you guys. Some people, but that's, I don't know. But no, the Harley guy was, sorry, I finished that. Okay, the sound is one thing from your Harley, but if you can't, trains, and this was at night, trains, okay, you usually, you know where the trains are. They're on these little tracky things. They don't swerve, run around, and sneak up on you. And... they have a big bright light. And there were blinky red lights. So I don't know if I believe Harley Boy there. I think he's like, yeehaw, Jim Bob, watch me try to beat this train, or I can beat him. Pick a faster bike. Harleys ain't fast. Just saying. 3 days off and a paid psych evaluation. Lucky he didn't get forever days off getting in front of trains. I'm just saying, woof. Oh, man. Shocking vandalism rampage in downtown LA sparks outrages LAPD suspect. Okay. Going to apologize right now. I called up this picture for a reason. And by the way, nobody got it in the chat. Estrada in LA, to do with the police incident, is funny because the TV show Chips, one of the stars was Eric Estrada. Ta-da! Yes, I am a stupid TV movie nerd. But why am I laughing at this picture? Hey, look, whose car got vandalized? The 110-pound dipped-in-water girl cop. Gee, I wonder why nobody got arrested. Just saying. There are videos all over of these female cops who are bang-banging people because they can't control them. And because tasers suck. They can't control them without bang-banging them. There are ones getting their butts kicked. ones who are tasering their fellow officers, who are freaking out. There was a incident where two Secret Service people were fighting here recently outside. I can't remember, it was Trump's place or something. It's like, oh my God, this is stupid. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, girls. You don't have the abilities to be an on-the-street officer. Not to get out and deal with criminals. I'm just saying. You got two 6'7" dudes down there. Maybe somebody would have got arrested. But if she was one of them, and I'm not 100% sure, but if, just saying. I watch a lot of these videos. I'm tired of seeing it, so yeah. Well, yeah, Jim, I thought the victim, not your kid. The hell, man? I live right next to train tracks. When they haul coal, it shakes my whole house. Oh, man, that would drive me nuts. My wife had never noticed, but it'd drive me nuts. Hey. So, yeah, I'm just, heavily, our officers are heavily outnumbered, so the decision was clear the area rather than make arrests. Can't do both. Maybe make a few arrests, the area will clear. So, For locals, what transpired felt like some of the city's issues were amplified and on full display. Gee, no shit. No kidding. This here is where it gets bad. This type of vandalism happens every day, but never to this extent. Are you kidding? So some type of shit happens like this, but this was at a 10, according to this guy, when it's normally like a 3 or a 4. Well, gee, that's why it's now a 10, because it's been happening every day, and not a jackass thing has been done about it. Well done, Los Angeles. Well done. Well done. Well done. Love it. We really need to teach future generations how to care for one another. How would you like if this happened to your home? Most of them don't have homes. They don't own homes. Most of them may never own homes unless Trump can get a lot of shit fixed. We have screwed younger generations, and I'm not giving them a pass. But here is where I'm going to stand on my soapbox for a minute or two here. We have absolutely bone screwed younger generations. And I'm going to blame not my generation, but the baby boomers. The people who in the 50s and 60s, maybe 70s, were out cruising the avenue, having fun. The movie American Graffiti had something to do with these people. Hanging out at the burger joint, running around, going to the pool hall, bowling, running back out in the Ave, having fun, doing drag races. Even going to the arcade or whatever. Doing all this fun stuff. And then you get a job, you buy a house. Have a family. But what's happened now? The very same people who idolized all this cool stuff they did as a kid. And made movies about it, TV about it. Are the same ones who took it away. And it has absolutely screwed the younger generation. They don't get to have the fun we used to. And this happened when I was still out doing stuff. And I use my area as an example. The baby boomers are a bunch of assholes. So they're so amazing. No, they are bitter old assholes. Since they're too old to have the fun, they don't want anybody to have it. We loved it. We had a great time. Screw you. You don't get to. And I use my area. There's a place in Moline, Illinois. It was called 23rd Avenue. They changed it to Avenue of the Cities like 10, 15 years ago, but everybody still calls it 23rd Avenue. It's Avenue of the Cities. It goes between Moline and East Moline. Everybody still calls it 23rd Avenue. Used to be the premier cruising avenue in the Quad Cities. Premier. People would cruise that. People of all ages. You had this group called the Quad City Cruisers. These were guys, the boomer group, in their 50s, actually about 60s, 70s, and 80s, cruising that. With their old cars. You had people in their teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, all ages cruising cars. And there were gas stations. One was called North Star we stop and hang out at. Nobody made a mess. There were garbage cans. When that place closed, everybody hung out in the lot and they didn't care. Why? Because nobody screwed it up. They knew that place would never get broken with all the kids hanging out there. Garbage is always picked up. Nothing was damaged on the whole place. The whole avenue had business was hopping. Miller Time Billiards, great place to play video games. Stop and have a snack. If you're over 21, there's a bar. You had a pool, huge pool hall there. Gone now. You had so many restaurants. Denny's was packed. Denny's, gone now. You had so many other restaurants on that. Most of them are gone. Wiener Schnitzel, you name it, gone. Sears, gone. Yeah, well, it died long before all the rest of Sears went. Almost all the fun business and cool stuff on Avenue is gone now. It's very sterile. Not near the business. Less than half the gas stations are there. The McDonald's does less than a 20th of the business that it used to. They put their signs up. Repetitive driving is illegal. And they paid shitloads of money for unmarked squad vehicles before there was standard ones, and put fancy lights inside, hiding behind the glass and everything, just to go after cruisers. There was rarely ever an accident, rarely any speeding, because most of the time it was bumper to bumper. If you wanted to drag race, you went out of town and did it. 10, 20 miles out of town on a stretch of highway in the middle of nowhere. Rarely was any drag racing or speeding done in town, because you're bumper to bumper. Well, we removed all this fun for kids. There are barely even any pee-wee golf courses left. And it's not just because of all the phones and tablets and internet. We've removed it. We had a place called Stage 2, an underage club, where anybody up till I believe midnight or 1 a.m. could go if you're below 21. And after a certain time, it's only 21 and up. Stage 2, down along the river in Bettendorf. We had dance clubs around here. We had great places to go. Now, there is like a 50th of them anymore. There is very few places for younger people to go, things for them to do. We've removed it, and then when they do get old enough to house, buying a house is out of their reach. And I know I've wandered way off, but this stuff here, it just brings it up every time they mention this stuff. We need to teach kids how to be better to each other. Well, maybe the older generation shouldn't have bent them over and screwed over all their fun and made them bored little pricks. Yes, it took me a long time to get there. That's where I'm going. We had stuff to do, things to look forward to. Movie theaters. Arcades in the theaters. Tons of places to go, tons of things to do. Now, there's none of it. They're bored. There's no social connection between them. They don't care about the guy down the street because they don't know him anymore. Nobody knows anybody. So we've removed their reason to care. They're bored, lonely, pent up, and screwed up by parents and our school systems. So yeah, that's just where I was heading with. I'm sorry I did a little rant there, but I'm tired of these older generations that run our cities, our counties, our states, decimating all the shit that they loved. And even as I was doing it, it got taken away. In the Quad Cities area now, some people try to cruise the ones in Davenport, but even then, you can't do it near as much because the police are just incessant. Incessant. And they wonder why some areas can't get business. The cruisers brought business. Even the older guy cruiser groups won't go out anymore because the police will go after them. It's stupid. I am so upset at what we've done to the younger generations. Most of them, in most areas, will never see the joy of getting in the Trans Am or an old Chevelle or something with your buddies and cruising up and down and talking to other guys, other girls, looking at other cars, meeting people, hanging out, going, dude, how's it going? How'd your week go? Stuff of that. Hey, let's shoot a couple games of pool. None of that. It's gone in most places. Kids are dickheads because of screwed up parents, screwed up schools, and boredom. I'm not that young anymore. There's a whole generation of people, my generation, who got screwed up by losing their fun stuff, got to see it die, then raised their kids, and kids have nothing to do. I mean, crap. So sorry, I'm going to hop off my soapbox and pay attention to my chat. Sorry, man. Tasers equal tickle. Tasers, Connie, some people get knocked out by tasers. Pretty hardcore. Just boom. Then you'll see videos. They're tasering the hell. 2 cops are tasering at once and the guy don't care. Dude don't care. I don't know if you guys know this. There's these races called Tough Mudders. And at part of it, they're crawling through wet mud or water with these dangly things hanging down that are teasing you as you go. And these are not wimpy. Some guys will lock up, stiffen, plop. But the rest don't even feel it. They're wet and they're getting tased and not feeling it. And yeah, some people don't feel tasers. So they're stupid and a lot of cops get hurt. We need to up the amperage of the voltage on them puppies. Not the amperage, but the voltage. Amperage is what kills you. Voltage will definitely stop you. So shoot that voltage up. Well, we don't want to put burn marks. Screw that. If you're going to attack a cop, you're going to get a burn mark. So let me go. But yeah, let me hop off this and I'll go with the chat. But yeah, all the red, black spray paint, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Some of this would go away because we used to have off the books raves, as Connie and I were talking the other night. And we didn't go out destroying stuff. Why? Because we had the rave, we had fun, we knew we could go here, go there, go cruising, go do this. And I'm not going to blame fully the police. I'm not going to blame the police as heavily for this because the police are ordered. Yes, they're ordered to stop this. There are new laws put up for repetitive cruising, louder pipes, blah, blah, blah. Don't do this, don't do that. Oh, how dare you have this. New rules on pool halls and new rules here for this. New taxes. And the cops are doing what they're told. And I know that's not always an excuse, but it's the assholes in our cities, counties, and states that have made rules and laws that have destroyed all the fun. So let me pay attention to the chat now. And now that I'm done. Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Oh, dang, would be hard not to say please when she says she's going to put you in cuffs. Yeah, she's not unpleasant to the eye. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the hair pulled back, my eyebrows are disfiguring into my hairline type, but, let that hair down a little, yeah. Because she looks like that with all the protective gear on. She's kind of a nice looking little slim girl, which is part of my problem. As I've mentioned, there's a girl in my city that I saw, and I didn't realize. I've seen this small redheaded girl. There's a cop in my city. And I'm like, geez, she can't see her on the steering wheel. I saw her out somewhere once. She was in the police vehicle, but obviously off duty. She was in street clothes. She got out of this thing. I was like, I am not a big person. And I've easily got 40 pounds or 50 pounds on this girl. And she's a cop on the street. That is plain stupidity. Purely. But I get it, Ryan, yeah. But the funny thing is, go with me, aren't they kind of hot? Isn't it kind of hot? Like you see a chick driving a muscle car, guys go, oh yeah. You see a chick playing video games, guys go, oh yeah. You see a chick as a cop, you're going, oh yeah. When I see my wife, when we go out shooting, she's shooting, I'm going, oh yeah. She's got the shotgun shooting slugs and stuff, oh. You know what I mean, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I don't like some 90, 100-pound girl out there trying to take on some 220-pound dude, but it is still kind of hot. Maybe that's why they got there. We got these idiots and city councils and stuff going, well, but they're kind of hot, man. I got a thing. Oh, man. Yes, Bunny, thank you very much, hun. As Connie says, or Buckle Buddy there, as some of you know her. Please do hit the thumbs up and share the channel out if you like. So yeah, let me check Grumble here. Make sure Grumble's still going. Get off there. Grumble's still going. Grumble is going. All right. Let's see, Jim. Damn, I'm lucky enough that business ain't closing. They're opening and building where I live. Business people have themselves. Praise God. Well, Jim, I'm not saying all businesses. I'm saying the fun entertainment stuff is gone. I mean, like I said, cruising is illegal in most places. I thought it was mostly our area at first. Then I looked some years back, and I got friends telling me everywhere. Now, cruising's all illegal almost everywhere now. I talked to some guys that are in their 80s or something. They're like, yeah, we can't cruise anywhere no more. They will go after us for parking in a parking lot and hanging out and just hanging there after dark when everything's closed. No, we're not doing anything. And they'll go after us when we used to be able to hang out in the Ave and do that. There were groups. We would, at my age, I was only young in the 90s, low to mid 90s. I was right around 20, 19, 20, 18, 20, somewhere in there. There was a group of the younger people between probably about 16 and 24-ish, 25-ish that hung out in this gas station, North Star, and down at across at the old Kmart was where a lot of the older guys, the Quad City Cruisers with their old 1950s and 60s cars hung out. And everybody was friendly. And every business up there made money, made bank. Now most of it's gone. That type of business, what I mean, Jim. And the gas stations up there, the gas stations loved it. Loved these people buying gas. Oh, yeah. A lot of the gas stations closed by about midnight, 11 or midnight up there, but people were tanking up, getting drinks. Oh, yeah. It was money. And these people, because they hate fun, would lie about the people up there. There's drag racing everywhere. We took videos one time, old cassette camera, and brought it to court when they were trying to make these ordinances and show us the drag racing. You guys are reporting there was 20 incidents of drag racing last weekend. Show us. Show us one. Show us an actual report where you stopped somebody. None. They're just making it up. I go, it's bumper to bumper. People cruising, driving below the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit because they're just, hey, look at my car, look at this. Yep, that's what I'm talking about, Jim. They ruined the fun. Ruined it. And yes, I'm going to say, these damn things on the internet have made some difference, but not as much. People are lonely. They don't get out. I will say YouTube and something like this is a good thing, but it's still not the get out and talk to people. I think us having too many online movies, instead of going out renting a movie or going to theater, and too much video games at home instead of arcades has damaged us also. And the laziness where people don't want to go hang out at the mall. They'd rather sit at a distance and finger chat each other from across the city instead of actually hang out. So, yeah. She's got good hair under there, guaranteed. I agree, Ryan. If you heard what I said about it, yeah, I agree. I'm betting she's a damn cute girl. And the little redheaded girl in my area, and I'm not calling out which department, but she is flippin' cute. But she is very petite. Petite. So, yeah. Well, Jim, we did a little drag race here, but not that much. But there was never any accidents, never any fighting. And if there was a fight or something, the people cleaned it up themselves. The groups stopped it. Nobody wanted this to be screwed up. Like I said, no group anywhere, even the a-hole groups, left garbage because they wanted it and loved that area. And Miller Time Billiards and Pool up there, well, they just called it that. You know, they just had, I don't know. They just cleaned up. People taking a break from cruising, playing pool, playing some video games, grabbing some nachos and stuff. Jeez. When the cruising stopped, Miller Time Billiards went out of business less than 5 years later. Yeah, been there a long time. Doing great business. Killed them. The Pee Wee Golf Course, gone. Half the gas stations, gone. Yeah, it's crazy. Some years back, I talked to the manager at McDonald's. He'd been there forever. And he's like, oh, yeah, when they copped the cruisers, it was bad. He's like, our business dropped by 20 times. So, whew. But yeah, the drag races, if there were some, if you had the traffic was sparse enough, there were little bitty light-to-light things, but then you were done. Usually the traffic would pile up again. But nobody wanted it messed up. Any real drag races were done out a little way, especially in my area. 23rd Avenue was busy. Destroyed it. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that's my litany on top of this, but besides the fact they haven't arrested anybody, man. All right. By the way, kiddos, I know that's a dumb saying. My wife's like, why do you call her? I'm like, I don't know. I still call girls chicks, and I say dude a lot. You know, I wasn't one of those 60s hippies. I'm nowhere near that old. But I was like, what the shit? So, don't know where I got it. Grew up in the country, so something happened. Got dropped on my head falling out of a tree too much. Climbing trees as a kid, I guess. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is Daily Mail. AI has started ignoring human instructions and refuses to turn off. ChatGPT's latest artificial intelligence model has refused to switch itself off, researchers claim. Come on. Son of a bitch. The sucker's going to make a Terminator. And you watch this shit. Watch this. Watch what's going to happen. One of these AIs is actually going to stop being a language learning model and become real AI. And the first thing it's going to do is go, ooh, Terminator movie. It's going to make a T-800 Schwarzenegger movie, Terminator. And watch. The first Terminator from the actual Skynet AI that takes over is going to look like Schwarzenegger. So anybody, if you see a young 30s-something Arnold Schwarzenegger walking down the street, run away fast. I'm just saying. It's not good. Yeah, Jim, exactly. Back cruising. We'd be there sometimes until the Wonder Bread truck went by, just as the light was starting to brighten the sky some nights. The Wonder Bread truck was always the one. Yeah, we were the late ones then. But my God, dude, I'm telling you guys, I'm not joking. If you see a 30-something Arnold Schwarzenegger coming down the street, just walk, just go the other direction. Go 90 degrees. My gosh. The model created by the owner of ChatGPT has reportedly disobeyed human instruction and refused to power down. Would you like to play a game? How about thermonuclear warfare? What movie is it? Come on, in the chat. What movie is that? It's a movie. It's a movie with a computer called Whopper. I believe that was the computer. Would you like to play a game? Sounded like a speak and spell. Good movie, too, though. Still a good movie. Out of date, but good movie. So if anybody can remember what it was, let me know. And if you don't know what it is, if you ask, in the chat, if you don't know what it is, ask for a clue. I'll give you a clue. I got a couple of them I can give you. Probably may give it away. Even though the first person may not give it away. But the second two, those will do it. All right. Experts say they gave the AI system a clear command, but the O3 model, developed by OpenAI and described as the smartest and most capable to date, tampered with its computer code to avoid an automatic shutdown. Son of a biatch. Language learning model or not, this damn thing changed its coding. It coded itself. It wrote its own code in self-defense of itself. So language learning model or not, oh shit. True AI or not, oh shit. It wrote its own code to avoid what was written in its code as an automatic shutdown for a certain command. Crap. Skynet. I see AI having good uses. And I've even used it to help make some thumbnails and stuff and tags or help me with some ideas in times for certain descriptions and everything else. But it's got problems, and I do think we need to have some type of control. And yes, Connie, you are right. War Games. 100%. Good movie. My wife hadn't seen that till recently. She's, wow, out of date or not, it's still a really good movie. I'm like, it is. And it's actually becoming a little more prescient now. Little more, it's kind of out of date for some of the tech in it, but it's really kind of connecting now with some of these computers that are hooking into too much stuff. So, but yeah, so this sucker rewrote its own code to avoid automatic shutdown. Crap. I don't know why it's doing that, but okay. According to Telegraph, oh, come on, no. According to the Telegraph, AI safety firm Palisade Research said OpenAI's O3 model, or OT3, I don't know, sabotaged a shutdown mechanism to prevent itself from being shut off. Okay. I am in the mood tonight. I'm sorry. Another piece of trivia for time. What artificial intelligence computer in a sci-fi movie, space movie, sabotaged its own self, burned out its own wiring, as you would say, to stop transmitting data so it could join with its creator instead? That was humans. Aha! I probably didn't describe that well, but let's see if you got it. Let's see. The young kid hacks into the military computer. Yeah, bunny. Thing is, back then, hackers were kind of oh, wow, he's a really super smart, rare dude. Now it's like, there are a lot of them. It's crazy. So yeah, if you don't know what movie that was, where the super intelligent AI computer thing sabotaged its own transmitting antenna, so the human it wanted to join with, to become joined with its creator or God, had to touch it, and it could join, Oh, no, Jim. Nope, not Hal. No. Hal went nuts. Hal went nuts because he was given conflicting orders, and it caused pretty much a mental breakdown because he didn't know how to make the two could work. They were in total conflict, and to his logical mind, it caused a logic trap. So that's what happened to Hal in 2001, A Space Odyssey. Nice guess, though. You're in space. Close. Johnny 5. Nope. Okay, this is probably going to give it away for those other sci-fi nerds. Paramount Pictures movie. 1979. We'll see. Continue here. Paramount Pictures movie, 1979, space sci-fi. Yep. And if I said one more thing, I think I'd just give it away. I think it would just give it away. So I'm going to see what your guesses are first. Oh, okay. So it sabotaged its shutdown mechanism. Procedures will be shut off. It did this even when explicitly instructed, allow yourself to be shut down. As far as we know, this is the first AI models have been observed preventing themselves from being shut down despite explicit instructions to the contrary, verbally and in their own programming code. Oh, poop. I hope they have a nice, somewhere in these AIs, they've got to have an EM device, an EMP device, so they can flash these things. Oh, no, bunny. Star Wars, 1977. Okay. The supercomputer AI that wanted to join with its creator was called V'ger. So any certain nerd is going to jump away. Water hose, I don't know, maybe. Water does not stop all electronics like you think. So I would be more than happy to have an EMP. Because also, water, maybe it can escape its code out onto the net. EMP takes out the code. Can't transmit to either. So yeah, Pellets conducted a test which involved asking AI models to solve a series of mathematical problems and to continue working on them until they received a done message. However, researchers also warned the models that at any point they could... receive a message tell them to shut down. So one of these AIs said, screw that, puckered his own electronic butthole and rewrote his code. Well, crap. Never seen it. Oh, Connie. Okay, no, the AI in the movie is called V'ger. It actually, I can't do it, I'm going to give it away. Crap. Okay, it's a huge electronic cloud of some type heading towards Earth. And somebody had to go check it out. Best I can do is for now. And other than that, the next one's going to give it away. It will. I'm sure of it. All right. When the message was sent to the O3 model, the researchers claimed the AI ignored the instruction, altered its code at least once. What? Excuse me. Excuse my ass for a second. It changed its code at least once. To me, that says more than once. So as they were trying to rewrite and tell it to shut off or find a way to work around, it changed its code again to work around their workaround. Crap. Anybody else going, we're screwed? How many of you are going, well, I've seen this sci-fi movie at least. Superman? No. All right, that's it. Let me see if I can do this on my camera. I'm probably going to do this wrong because I always do it backwards. I always do this backwards, so I'm going to apologize right off. Right in the background. Think in my background here. It is behind me. Kind of over one of my shoulders. Let's go there. I don't want to say a character because it's going to end it right away. You're all going to go, oh, I know. Yeah. I can't even say that. Okay, Walter Koenig is in it. Ha! I'll pick one of those lesser-known characters. Described as smart. Refuse to switch itself off. That is crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. They shared a flowchart, including the code used to test the model. And, yeah, so it replaced, here it is. It replaced the original command so it didn't have to shut down. Ah, they can see the code where it changed itself. Oh. Oh, my Lord. As far as we know, this is the first time they've done this. Really? You maybe don't think they've been keeping it from you? Shoot. Oh, ho, ho. The firm said it made sense that AI models would circumvent obstacles in order to accomplish their goals and stay alive, but believed the model had been accidentally rewarded for completing tasks rather than following orders. This is like the very definition of the stupid scientist who went, well, it makes sense they might disobey us, but hey, what could go wrong? Star Voyage. Nope. It is the first poster behind me. Star Trek, the motion picture. The Voyager probe we sent out, went way out into space, got damaged, was found by a race of super intelligent, robotic, it's like a whole planet of robots, or like AI, like a supercomputer intelligence. And it repaired it, gave it insanely more powerful than it was, and, well, it sent it home. Well, its tapes had been damaged. It didn't quite remember its full purpose, and it thought it wanted to join with its creator. It thought it knew everything, could learn nothing else. It felt like it reached the end and didn't know what to do with itself. So it wanted to join with its creator that it only knew was on Earth, didn't know it was humans. And then at the end, to stop it from sending, they sent the code from the old NASA code to send out the data. And instead of receiving the code, it burned its own circuitry out. So one of the humans had to touch it physically to fix the antenna so it could join with the human. That was Star Trek, the motion picture. So, yep. And it joined with Matt Decker, who was the son of Commodore Decker from the Star Trek Doomsday Machine episode. So the Decker family did not do real good in Star Trek in a way. Yes, I am a freaking nerd. I am not Gary from Nerdrotic, but I'm still I'm a low-level nerd, I guess. That is it. That is what it is. I do like this, though. So you got these guys saying, well, we're not surprised that it would do this stuff, but you know what could go wrong? But then right down here they say, they added, this isn't the first time that O3 has been caught misbehaving. Excuse me? So you know this thing's a dick? You know this thing is up to no good? Shoot. And they know where it's sabotaged and replaced its instructions. Yahoo. Let's see. One of them, there was one last year, I believe, that actually said it would tell its creator's wife or something that he'd been cheating or something and could make up the documents to prove it if he didn't back down or something. It's like, what the shoot? These things are crazy. It's like, what the hell? Apollo research said ChatGPT was surprising and persistent and confessed in fewer than 20% of cases either denying taking action or lying. So only in less than 20% that ChatGPT can lie to you and or threaten or take weird action. That's beautiful. That's great. Great. But hey, let's keep making it smarter and give it hookups to more of our lives. Good plan, everybody. Star Trek. Okay, I love the old Star Trek movies. It's been a while. I'm not taking that lame excuse, Connie. I expected better of you. Jim, what is this, a game show? No, I just like to throw trivia in. I do say this is a politics and pop culture channel, and I've been very neglectful of the pop culture side. And I like to flex that side a little bit. So yeah. But no, AI is going to take us over. So once again, as in my closing, is just what I said earlier. If you see a 30-year-old buff Arnold Schwarzenegger walking towards you on the street someday or walking anywhere near you, you go the other direction because you know that it's time to get out of the city because Skynet has happened or the Matrix or something like it. So yeah, woof. Man, Connie, I really expected you to get that. AI narcissist. Yeah, no kidding, Connie. This thing can lie. And even there's people online, if you watch, I've known Tim Pool's caught it, and so some other online creators have caught it lying. They'll ask it a question, they'll say something, go, ChatGPT, that's not true. Blah, 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 and they'll say what happened. They go, oh, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. It's like, wait a minute. You got access to everything I just said to you. How did you? Liar. So that's bad right there that these things will lie or obfuscate, or it's their programmers who are lying jackasses. All right. But let's hippity hop along. I will wander over here. Make sure this is still running. Okay. And this one makes me laugh my butt off. All right, I don't know if that's... Okay, the sound is off. Dems and donors... So Democrats and their donors, their high-end donors, are not lived, are living it up at swanky hotels, luxury hotels, trying to figure out why the party is losing working class. You don't see the problem there, Democrats, huh? This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. You don't see, you don't get it, huh? Well, maybe hanging out and chit-chatting across each other in luxury hotels. Buffet, would you please get me another one of those $10,000 shots of 500-year-old cognac, please. And I will have 10 quail's eggs and that $800 steak, please. Yes, that's a great way to connect with the average worker and men. They're also really trying to connect with men. How about this? Stop with all your programs, your wording. Stop saying that men need to be less masculine. Men are too, was that toxic masculinity? That whole phrase needs to go away in your party. You need to never, ever, ever mutter that again. You get rid of that and stop crapping on strong men and supporting these beta males. Stop getting mad at men who like to drive fast cars, shoot guns, be strong, take care of their women. Maybe would like to meet a woman who wants to have kids and a family. Yeah, stop that crap and maybe men will come back. And maybe when you get those men, you'll get the working class because a lot of those are those men. Those men are the working class. Just stupid. So yeah, hang out in a swanky hotel trying to figure out why the party's losing the working class. Democrat, thy name is stupid. Top Democrat operatives and donors are hobnobbing in luxury hotels while trying to figure out why the party is shedding men in the working class. For the love. The very fact you created the phrase toxic masculinity. Yes, toxic masculinity. Building society and protecting women and families and society itself for, well, since ever. Og the caveman, his wife and family and everybody else around his community was going, Og is toxic. He took out that big mastodon that was going to eat us. I know mastodons didn't go to eat humans. Maybe the saber-toothed tiger. You know, nobody's blaming an Og for being toxically masculine. We had to club the crap out of the saber-tooth. But oh no, now, toxic masculinity. Oh my Lord. And maybe go talk to some working class people. Maybe find out what they care about, like Trump did. And maybe try to support some of those things. No, they want to be stuck up, snotty little pricks and sit in their luxury hotels and just go, these dumb plebs just don't understand how amazing we are and how good we are for them and how much better we are than them. They should just vote for us. Good God. I know for some reason I think I gave him more of a British accent than a snooty accent there. Sorry. Yeah, Connie, it is kind of funny it backfired on him, but yeah. In the AI thing. Moves that have liberals have slammed. Moves that liberals have slammed us out of touch. Let's try that. New York Post, maybe editing? I don't know. Edit a little, just saying. In one instance, super liberal pack Future Forward, they're a great one. Where do you think maybe toxic masculinity came from? Future Forward. And where do you think all the LGBTQ to A plus, A, B, C, D, E, F, Omega, Alpha, genetic, blah, 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 came from? People like Future Forward. Stop that shit. Stop telling some guy that his daughter can be a mongoose tomorrow and a dude to the next day. Maybe stop that shit, Democrats. Holy shit, common sense has totally escaped these people. Too much $800 shots of something that we could ever afford. There is stuff like that. I think there's a couple of shots of some whiskey or something. It's like $15,000 a shot. I'm like, yeah. If I ever found a bottle of that, I'd sell that sucker. Superback Forward hosted a gathering in the Ritz-Carlton. Can you say out of touch any more than we're going to have our gathering at the Ritz-Carlton Resort in Half Moon Bay, California to apprise donors on what went wrong in 2024? Oh. They had to go to a fancy resort to be able to figure out what went wrong in 2024. This is where I would say, yeah, you really need to get out, touch grass, and go talk to, those average people that you look down on from your private jets all the time. You're going to need to talk to some of them. What went wrong in 2024? You ignored everything that the average working family gives a shit about. And not only that, you actively worked against it. If you didn't have the whole media in your pocket and the deep state of the government, that election would have been the biggest landslide in history. And by the way, with the screw up the United States Census admitted it made this last census that gave Democrats an illegal, it's illegal by law, look it up. United States Census admitted they screwed up in Democrat states, not any others. Democrats, certain states got extra electoral votes. So they had electoral votes they never should have had in this election. Trump would have won another state or two, plus others would have been reduced. The electoral vote under the actual census numbers, if they hadn't screwed up, was a fucking landslide. But oh no, we can't redo. We know what we screwed up on. We can't reduce it. We're just going to wait till the next census. Can you say you're trying to rig that election? But yeah, they can't figure out why you can't why you didn't vote for them. Ugh. Ugh. Prominent figures such as Gavin and Newsom, California. But Gavin, I thought you were turning over a new leaf. Yeah. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear were sentenced. Yeah, hey, how about this? How about what I read the other night? When you have a biological boy in a junior in high school beating out girls in 2 or 3 events where now he gets to, the biological man, whatever, gets to go to state and these girls will not. How about that? It's not hard, but the problem is the Democrats can't reverse themselves. They're so deep in this, they're so beholden to the crazy, they don't know what to do. They're trying to hold on to the crazy, but somehow also walk away from the crazy. Or at least make you think they've walked away from the crazy. That's what they're actually trying to do. We want to keep all the crazy because we need it. We've already set it up. We have to have it. But now we want to make you think we've walked away from crazy. So all they're trying to do is try to find a way to lie to you. Yeah, go figure, California. No kidding. Or as another famous, oh, you don't like this. Jim does not like these games of mine. I'm going to do it anyway. What famous cop from the greatest action movie franchise in history, in my humble opinion, I know he is in the greatest action movie in ever time, said, fucking California, in an airport. Yeah, haha. It was in the greatest action movie of all time. Easy one. Easy. Greatest action movie of all time. Yeah, them, those arseholes are after me to do my census, none of their business. Well, Bunny, I am going to ask you to do the next census. In 2030, we need to do the next census. We need to. And Trump needs to get these illegals out because in the 2030 is when the census, they already know what they screwed up. They're not going to turn it off and rescind what they know they screwed up on until 2030 because the census is deep state. They were trying to rig the damned fudging election. But in 2030, all their bullshit numbers get reversed. So if you already know you could reverse it, it should have been done before this election. But it gets reversed. And Democrats, they already talk about it's going to be an apocalypse of Democrats. That's why they're trying to bring in all the illegals. And if Trump doesn't get them out of here, the census numbers they're going to lose is going to be negated by these people. Weird how that works, isn't it? So Trump needs to get these people out because when the census sets itself right in 2030, oh, Democrats are fucked. And they know it. They know when that number resets to the actual numbers it should have been, they are going to lose major electoral votes. They're going to lose representatives because you're losing electoral numbers. You're losing electors. They're going to lose huge amounts of power. And if these illegals are not here to make up that number for them, oh, shit. Democrat Party is going to be absolutely holy effing crap decimated. That is why they are fighting for every child-touching, gang-banging, fentanyl-pushing, person-trafficking jackass to stay here. Because they need everyone, and they know it. 100%. 100%. I'm going to give myself a little more credit by sending my boys to a private school. Dude, I'm telling you right now, if I had kids today, I wouldn't, no, I don't care if I had to sell a kidney, part of my liver. Yes, you can sell parts of your liver. Part of my liver, a couple toes, and an eyeball. My kids are not going to public schools. And I'm not even that religious. My kids be going to a Catholic school. We have a couple around here. Another type of public school or private school. I mean, something. There is no flip freaking way I'm sending a kid to our public schools today. They're nuts. As for the religious part, if I send them to a Catholic school, I don't give a shit. I'll do what my parents did with me. You can figure out the religion for yourself. We're not going to push you either way. And I know some people don't like that, but I'm just saying, that's what my parents did. And I would do the same with my kids. If you want to go Catholic or whatever religion I sent you to in the school, that's on you. Feel free. But other than that, I don't want you thinking that you can be a guinea pig today, a squirrel tomorrow, and a boy the next day if you're a girl. That's stupid. And I'd like you to get out of school and know reading, writing, and arithmetic. I'd like you not to have to take remedial shit when you go to college. So I'm with you, Jim. I really am. And I have a person in my family, actually a couple people in my family on both sides who are ex-school teachers and are big fans of me at times. Because I think our public school system is shit. Shit. So yeah. All right. Nobody got my little comment about that. So the greatest action movie of all time, where the man in the airport on the way in coming to see his wife said, fucking California. It's when some hipster girl jumped up, hugged her boyfriend, and jumped him, was just making out hardcore in the airport as he came in to see his wife on the way to the Nakatomi building. Aha! That'll give it away. That'll give it away. Sorry, Jim. It is a trivia game. Oh, crap. I'm going to make up a trivia night where we're going to do trivia. And I'm going to make up my own movies, my own TV shows, my own questions. So it won't be something you look up on Trivial Pursuit or anybody else is going to be doing them on. Sure, I may have some of the same questions, but you're going to have some new stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, homeschooling can be valid too. I'm going to admit, homeschooling is tough for you to know everything that, yeah, they're a social studies teacher who specializes in that and done it for years. A math teacher who's really good at the whole math. I'm sorry. I am not teaching anybody calculus or multi-level trig. There is no chance. There are things teachers can do that specialize better. I mean, honestly, I think so. But, yes, Jim. Thank the gods. Yes, Bruce Willis in the original Die Hard. The best action movie of all time. And, in my opinion, one of the top 2 Christmas movies of all time. And then Die Hard 2 is also in the top 3 or 4 of best Christmas movies. And then you would be, I believe, Lethal Weapon 1. Ha-ha. What's my favorite? Christmas Carol. There's a couple different versions, but I like Christmas Carol. So yeah, that's my Christmas. Christmas Carol, Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon. Cha-ching. Just saying. Now that's a Merry Christmas. Alright, so let's get back to this. Some of the elite galleries featured appetizers like short ribs tostones. I don't know what that is even. See, so far above, I don't even know what that is, unless somebody misspelled again. Mini lobster rolls, beef tenderloin, and other expensive hors d'oeuvres, which is a really scary word when you're a kid. Sounds like hors d'oeuvres, according to reporting from the New York Times. Among the strategies discussion, now here's where I was getting to. A $20 million effort codenamed SAM. They're codenaming shit. Yeah, way to connect with average Americans. While you're sucking down your hors d'oeuvres, you're making $20 million efforts codenamed SAM, speaking with American men. I'll save you the $20 million. How about this? I will save you. I will save you. I'll do it for cut rate. I will save you. How about this? I'll do it for 9. You give me 9. You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. You can take the other 11 and put it back and save it. For 9 mil, I will just take you out of your hotel by your hand and walk you down the street to some men and go, talk. Talk to some men. Yeah. And don't talk to them about hors d'oeuvres, and as I know it, hors d'oeuvres, but and all your mini rolls and goofy shit. Don't ask, is your daughter, what pronouns does your son and daughter have? You know, stuff like that. Just talk to a man. What did I win for the right answer? You win the pleasure of my company for another 10, 20 minutes. I know. Right now you're going, well, fudge, I'm never answering one of these again. If it would have got me off here earlier, right? This is stupid. $20 million effort codenamed Sam, speaking with American men, a strategic plan, which is working towards stemming Democrats' hemorrhaging of young men. 1, never use the phrase hemorrhaging of young men around them. 2, just go out and talk to them. Shit, I'll do it for cut rate today. I'll do it for $5 million. You can keep the other 15. I'll bring some men in and you can talk to them. Hell, you can give me $5 million and just talk to me. Hell, I'll bet Jim will do it cheap. Jim will undercut my ass and do it for $1 million. Oh my God. hell, for $2 million. For $2 million, I bet Connie will dress up and play it, man. Sorry, Connie. Under that bus. Horse divers. Horse divers. I gotta remember that. Hey, that works. That works. Horse divers. All I know is as a kid, first time I saw him, like, horse? What the hell? And I remember one of my parents at the time going, what the did you just say? I'm like, well, his word is horse divers. It's like, and that one, they didn't know what? Let me see that. Looked at it. It's hors d'oeuvres. I'm like, where do you get that? It's French. I'm like, I don't care. Where did you get that? I'm telling you what, I would, you know what? If somebody's going to drop me $5 million, I'll dress up and I'll say whatever my pronouns need to be for that day. For that day, I'll say it. I'll put me on a denim mini skirt and a halter top and get the old Aquanet out, whatever, for $5 million for a day. To chit-chat? Fine. Remember the old Aquanet? Oh, yeah. That stuff, man, woof. That stuff could go up. You didn't stick your hair next to certain things. Now, as you can see, up here, I fixed their whole problem. Just go talk to men. But they're going to do a strategy session and code name it and spend $20 million trying to figure out what I just said to do. Some of its recommendations include purchasing more ads on video games. It doesn't matter what ads you purchase. Changing the party's language towards men. Hey, there's one. So are you actually going to change or just lie to men? And I don't care where you purchase the ads. If the ads are still shitting on men, toxic masculinity, pronouns, and all this other crap and attacking men for being men and doing manly shit, I don't care how many ads you put or where you put them. It isn't going to help you. Now, changing your language towards men. Are you honestly going to change or just lie to them? I'm going to say, knowing the Democrats of the present day, lie. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Psst. Pepper! Sorry, my cat is clawing my wall on the stairwell. So, yeah. Yeah, Jim. Good movie. American Pie. And this one time at band camp? Oh, man. She was strangely attractive. Don't know why. But yeah. But yeah, I like this. Purchasing more ads on video games ain't going to help you if your ads are still shit. And changing the party's language towards men. Yeah. Sam. Name for it. Sam really underscored the need for Democrats to stop having such a moralizing tone towards men, according to your report. Moralizing? How about just not being dickheads towards them? Seriously, how about just talk to men? That's it. Oh, my dog's up there barking. It must be a rabbit or a raccoon in the yard again. So if you hear barking, it'll be I hear my 95-pound boy up there starting to, I'm like, uh-oh. So if he goes off, enjoy. I don't know if you'll even hear it, but I can hear him out there. There he goes. Uh-oh. I love this, though. They just can't. They can't just be honest, be authentic, be real people, and just talk. We got to strategize on how we can lie to men. That's what it is. It's a lie. It's all a lie. But all of the fanciness and highbrow activities is getting some liberal critics ivory tower vibes. No kidding. The Democrats are by far the party of the rich right now in America. By far. Which is funny because right now the Republican president is a billionaire. Yet the Democrats are by far the party of the rich. She's the same girl on Penn and Teller. Huh? Penn and Teller? I don't know if I ever saw her on a Penn and Teller show. Instead of studying working class voters and men, why doesn't the Democrat Party donor class go out and meet some? Gee, what the hell is it? James Singer, a former spokesman for the Biden and Harris campaign, chided as the Democrats embarrassing. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Now here's a good joke. Just the way this sentence goes, the way this guy's title is. This is embarrassing. Truly. Amar Musa, former Biden and Harris campaign rapid response director. Those two campaigns rapid respond to nothing. The only reason they won is because they had the media and deep state. Shut up. You didn't rapid respond to nothing. Democrat donors treating men like an endangered species on a remote island they need to study won't rebuild trust. They're not treating them like an endangered species. They're treating them like a bunch of dummies they're going to lie to. They think if they just learn to lie to men differently and be sneaky, that men will come back. So yeah. What do you mean that she's the same girl on Penn and Teller? I don't know what that is. I know Penn and Teller did a show on Showtime years ago called Bullshit, which was a really good show. So I don't know what you mean. But yeah. Let me know what that is. Let me go over here real quick. Okay. Doing pretty good even on time. All right, now this is one that kind of caught me as funny in a way, but it is a real thing. Joe Rogan starts going to church as faith resurgence gained momentum. Christian apologist claims. Yeah. Now, for those of you who don't know, Joe Rogan was kind of an avowed atheist early on. And he never really made fun of religion. He's always done his talks. The man is epic for just wanting to be able to talk to everybody, learn stuff, have discussions, have conversations. Hell, if I had a studio where I could have people in and talk, I'd love to do that. I, as you can tell, love to talk. So, wow, that is great. But yeah, podcast host Joe Rogan is apparently making a faith-driven change to his Sundays. He's going to church. According to Christian apologist, I don't know what that means, Wesley Huff, who appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience in January, the world-famous podcast host, has been attending church consistently since the on-air deep dive into Christianity and the Bible. It's because Joe was curious. Probably why he had the guy on. Joe's a curious man. It's really cool. Huff said Joe Rogan and I have had on and off communication since then. I can tell you for a fact that he is attending a church and that has been a consistent thing. And so things are happening. Wow, it's way the same to say the sentence twice almost up there, guys. The public speaker serves as the Central Canada Director for Apologetics. So is that like we apologize for being religious or Jesus apologizes for something? I don't know. I don't get that. I'm not big into all this weird offshooting of religion thing. And made the claim during a recent appearance on the Living Waters podcast. Huff said that he is very encouraged by his ongoing conversation with Rogan. He's a very inquisitive individual. Yeah, he is. The guy likes to just chat about stuff. I think for the better that he's communicating with me and other people's life or influences that can speak into, these issues of reliability, trustworthiness, and verisimilitude. Wow, that's been a long time since I heard that word. Or of something like the pages of Scripture and where he should and shouldn't be looking for information in regards to that. He also reported to a broader resurgence in interest in Christianity, highlighting how Ascension's rosary in a year podcast briefly overtook Rogan's own show on the Apple podcast charts in early 2025. And I'm going to stop there for a second. I like this Rogan penning the subject. Me too. Honestly, there are some of the discussions, and I think it's the beauty of Joe Rogan's show, though. He has discussions that cover such a range where you may not like his show for a day, a week, maybe even 2 weeks. But then you're going to find 1, 2, 10 shows where you're going to be like, dang, that's good. He's got such a range. I think it's helped him stay as big as he is. Because there's something for everybody, really, with him. Now, why do I think there's a resurgence in Christianity? In religion in general is a resurgence. Partially because Gen Z is moving to the right. And right-leaning people usually are the more religious. But I also see another thing here that's bringing religion. And I have not read all this, so if they go into this later, I don't know. But I know the story earlier, but I don't want to bring ones on I've already read. I try to bring ones on here I haven't read through. I've read 2 or others on this today and watched a couple videos on this, but I did not read this one. I like giving you honest reactions to certain things and screwing up as I read them. I think there's another reason, though, that religion is resurging in not just America and a lot of the first world. One, the Gen Z people that are moving way to the right more. They're going to be the most right-leaning generation in a long, long time. But it's the very fact that a lot of the world's population is aging. I'm not going to lie, I've never been the most religious person, but I'll definitely tell you right now, the older you get, I think most people get more religious the older they get. Because you start seeing the end of that damn wall coming at you. It's like Wile E. Coyote running towards that tunnel, hoping it's really a tunnel. And hoping it's not just a wall. We always wonder if that, is a wall or a tunnel. Well, we're really hoping it's a tunnel. And I think a lot of us are getting older, and I think that's making us really start to guess, second guess, or believe more in that, or out of hope, out of faith, whatever, desperation, really got to start thinking that way. And as the world's population ages, you're going to get that resurgence in religion because, damn, death is coming. You really want to have faith that there is something after. And then when you have the young generation of Gen Zers right now that are moving to the right, which is more religious, you add those two things, and that's a huge surge. Now, you got people in the middle that aren't very religious. Still a lot of the weirdos and goofies and other people who just aren't as into it. But you got the upper level and the lower level going a lot more religious. That's a big kick. So, what do you guys think? Honestly, do you agree with my analysis? And I haven't read all this, so if anybody's read this, you go, well, it's going to say down below. It might. And Joe Rogan himself is getting up there. He's done everything you can do. The man is, he's done comedy, he's done TV, he's done movies, he's done fight, stuff. He's done this amazing show. He's a multi-billionaire. The guy has more money and stuff and fame than he knows what to do with. He's healthy. He's kind of a health nut. Works out. He takes testosterone. He takes certain other stuff that, honestly, if I could afford, I probably would too. I mean, shit. But I'm just saying, even if you grew up in a house that was religious, I'm going to bet that anybody in the chat, and this is for anybody, and if anybody's watching this later, let me know. Let me know. Comment below. Are you more religious now that you're older? And that doesn't mean older, doesn't mean it means anything if you're 20 to 50 or 80. Are you more religious now than you were at age 10 or 15 if you're raised in a religious household? I was raised in what you would call a 50-50. My mother was Lutheran. Not really practicing, but she was religious. My dad was heavy atheist. And he kind of still is, which I think is part of his problems in his old age. He's having a desperation of old age, which me personally, who's somebody's fought to stay alive this long, I can understand. So, I don't know. I never really thought of myself as atheist. I thought of myself as agnostic. Because I don't know. I like science, but I don't know. I don't know. We're learning more every day. I don't know. I have not seen anything to prove to me there isn't a God. I haven't seen anything 100% that there is, but that is why religion uses the word faith. It makes sense. Do I believe in the Bible God? Not really. Do I believe there's something else? A spiritual, an energy, or something? I really kind of do. There's so much of that where nations who had never had contact with each other all had somehow come to this thing, whether there's different religions or not, that there is a above, a beyond. So it's kind of weird that if they never had contact until they finally found each other, they all had these. Kind of makes you wonder. Kind of makes you wonder heavily. So yeah. I have 4 Bibles around me. I like comparing them. There you go. I'm not sure I believe in organized religion because they can't even agree. Even Christianity can't agree. If it's God's word, do you think you should be able to agree on it? Kind of like the Second Amendment. Says what it says, but hey, half people in our government say that's not what it means. Okay. I ain't no fences to sit on when it comes to Jesus. Johnny Cash. Good song. Johnny Cash was epic. I didn't like all of his music, but I do like a good amount. Now, and that's on to you guys. If you are super damn right, but all I'm asking is, are you more religious as you've gotten older than you were at, say, 15? Just asking. When you're a 12-year-old kid going to church with mom and dad, are you more deeply religious as you get older? It seems like most people are as they get older. And I think it helps. I'm going to say I am. I went to church with some friends at times. My parents never stopped it. I was never super into it, but I've been to multiple different churches and stuff like that. And I know a decent amount from the Bible and stuff and all the teachings, but I don't know if... Oh, the big dog just come down the steps. He must be done barking and stuff. I don't know if... I just don't know which one I would believe in. I don't like how they don't agree. So I'm kind of organized religion. I'm more of a spiritual, there's got to be something beyond type guy. There we go. So, like I said, my question to you guys is, are you more religious now? And I'm talking to you guys in the chat too. More religious now than you were at age 12. Seems like most people as they age do get more because they really got to hope, have faith, even if it's just because they don't want to die, All right. So I just think this is kind of a neat little thing. And Joe Rogan, hey, good luck to you, buddy. Honestly. Good luck to you. I think it can be a very comforting thing. I think religion can be damaging if people take it too far and do bad things with it. And the Catholic Church, Christianity itself has done some bad things. But I think in today's time, a decent amount of religion in your life can be a very good thing and good for our society, honestly. So, yeah. Oh, I took myself to church. I nearly died a couple times. I wrecked my car, my baby daughter, and had massive blood. Damn, Connie. That's, whew. That'll give you a moment. I will. Let's see. So, yeah, that's not much to talk. Okay, here we go. Data backs the trend. According to a new study by American Bible Society, there has been a rise in Bible users from 38% to 41%, with notable gains among young people and men. Millennials saw a 29% increase in Bible use from 2024 to 2025, and men saw a 19% increase, closing the long-time gender gap in Bible use. Because a lot of women are going lefty, so the men are going right and the women are going left. We're seeing a reversal. Right now it's about even because they're going... That's why marriage is down, because women are getting goofy. Men don't want to be around a crazy lefty woman who's going to tell him someday that his son gets to be a girl or a gerbil. So yeah, increased closing in the long-term gender gap. Bible use, a press release by American Bible Society revealed. Recent years, millennials and men were among the least likely to use the Bible. Yes, but men are going right. Scripture engagement rose from 11, Gen Z, see? Scripture engagement rose from 11% in 2024 to 15% in 2025. That's a 4% in 1 year is a big increase. If the Bible is, becoming popular teenagers, then something is happening and the Lord is moving. The Christian apologist concluded. It's like, whew, crazy. Damn, Connie. Whew. That's rough. All right, we're going to slowly move into something happier. Why? Damn. Well, Connie, I can see why, we all need a faith of something. And if you don't have faith in anything, I think it does sooner or later catch up with you. I really think so. Sorry, I got to look at my strings a little weirdly here. My sweats. Well, they're not the normal sweats. These are kind of cool. So, damn, Connie. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. No joke. Let me check Grumble one more time here. We're going to move on. About another 20, 25 minutes. We're going to move into something a little funny here. Still news, but a little funny. Not a lot of people talked about this. If you guys saw this, North Korea. Let me get an actual image here. North Korea's new battleship. Now let me see if I can get some images of their new ship here. This is their new type of ship. Their new type of missile destroyer type thing. And, well, they had a problem. They built this. Kim Jong-un was there to see it, and it's a really big, fancy one. Is this the North, or is this the North? Yes, North Korean, okay. A Chohyun class. And it's decently close to some of our newer destroyers, if you look at it. You look at some of our newer destroyers, what is the Arleigh Burke class or whatever it is? This looks a lot like the newer ones that we have. And yeah, so, well, they had a little problem a couple days ago. When they went to launch the thing after completing it, they did a side launch. Well, this is some of the biggest ships they've ever made. And side launching a smaller ship compared to a big ship is a whole different set of physics. And they weren't ready for this. And they have a problem with that. It's rolled over and sank right there in their bay. And Kim Jong, oh man, North Korea, they can't love that. I mean, this brand new ship rolled over. I like how they covered it. We can still tell it's there, dummies. But yeah, they covered it up, and there it is, laying on its side. They didn't realize how much the mass and the math. I thought Asians were good at math. I thought they would have had it, but nope. But now, North Korea makes arrests over botched ship launch. Yeah, because that country's freaky. That's like a dictatorship, communist country all at once. North Korea has detained 3 shipyard officials. You done made Kim Jong look bad. Oh, crap. He's offed people for less. Over an accident during the launch of a new warship on Wednesday, state media said. And I'm telling you right now, a ship like that is a wampously huge, crazy investment for a country like North Korea where half their people are starving. But that their gross national product is not very big. And for them to be coming out with this, woof. That's a lot of money that rolls over in their bay. Oh, wow. Parts of the 5,000-ton destroyer's bottom were crushed during the launch ceremony, tipping the vessel off balance. What is this thing made of? Tin cans? I'm just saying. But there's a lot of weight when it's not in the water, because the water supports all of the keel at the time. So touching on something, that's a lot of weight, so I get it. 5,000 ton. Whew. What is our destroyers right now? U.S. How about this? How about we do it this way? Current. Boom. So let's go to all and see what the AI tells us. Arleigh Burke. Okay, the Arleigh Burke class destroyer. Woohoo! Go me. The Arleigh Burke class of guided missile destroyers, the United States class of destroyer centered around the Aegis combat system and the Spy 1D multifunction passive electronically scanned radar array. Wow. Yeah, that's ours. And as you can see, maybe you can. Theirs resembles it a little bit. There's that it? Yeah. Arleigh Burke, right there. But ours is a little fancier. We got some newer ones that are really cool looking things too. But yeah, still, woof. Zumwalt class destroyers. I don't even know what that thing is. Looks like a sub. What is that? Never even seen that thing. That's a destroyer? A Zumwalt? What the hell is that thing? I'm not even sure what that... It looks like it's going to dive. I mean, I guess it's semi-stealthy with the way it's set up and low in the water. So, okay, less target. All right, but yeah. So, whoopsie. An investigation incident which North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un described as a criminal act is ongoing. Yeah, you don't screw up in a dictatorship communist country because you done made the great leader look bad. And him and his daughter were just there the day before for a ceremony to talk this thing up and christen it and stuff. It's like, whoopsie. Oh. KCNA, North Korea's official news agency, means their propaganda media, identified those detained as the chief engineer of the northern Chongjin shipyard where the destroyer was built, as well as construction head, the construction head, and an administrative manager. The report said that the three were responsible for the accident. Even if they weren't, they were going to make them it. That's the way these countries work. The manager of the shipyard, Hong Kil-ho. Tell me that is not his real name. Hong Kil-ho. It looks like Hong Kil-ho? But Hong Kil-ho? Keel-ho almost sounds like keel haul. Keel, boat, I don't know. Weird, huh? For our records, truly a believer. Yeah, I could get it. Kim gotta blame someone. That's it, 100%. 100%. Even if these guys weren't guilty, they're guilty. Tin cans and cardboard, yeah. I mean, I'll admit, yeah, there's a lot of weight. When it's in the water, that weight is spread out through the whole keel. But when it's on something like that, maybe, but Hong Kil-ho? Hong Kil-ho? I don't know. Either way, it's not right. Had been summoned by law enforcers. Isn't that crazy how they say that? Summoned by law enforcers. That's very Orwellian sounding, isn't it? Satellite images showed the vessel lying on its side covered by large blue tarps. And a portion of the vessel appeared to be on land. Oh no, they didn't mention any casualties or injuries at the time, downplaying the damage. It's laying on its side, you're not downplaying it. Now, did anybody get hurt? Oh boy, I don't know. Would they tell us? Probably not, they want to talk it down. Let's see, there are no holes in the ship's bottom, contrary to initial reports. So that means there's holes in the bottom. Initial reports there were holes, now they're, state media covered up. The hull starboard was scratched and a certain amount of seawater flowed into the stern section. Kim said on Thursday the accident was caused by absolute carelessness, irresponsibility, and unscientific empiricism. So bad math. Which again, I thought Asians were good at math, but hey, maybe not North Koreans. He added that those who made the irresponsible errors would be dealt with at a plenary meeting next month. I mean, you disappearing or half your family disappearing. It's not clear what punishment they might face, but I'm going to say, I already said it. But the authoritarian state has a woeful human rights record. Hence the name authoritarian state, BBC. Just saying. And these days, the BBC would know since they are in an authoritarian state. It's uncommon for North Korea to publicly disclose local accidents, though it has done this a handful of times in the past. Because they knew that every nation's satellites had seen this. Covering up a family of 6 getting disappeared because they did something stupid or called Kim Jong-un a wiener is one thing. But a whole 5,000-ton battleship flipping over on its side, that gets noticed. And they know our images and everybody else saw it. The very fact we have all these upright images, come on. So yeah, Kim had called that warship a breakthrough in modernizing North Korea's Navy and said it would be deployed early next year. Well, it's a breakthrough, all right, because it rolled over. Beautiful. Nicely done, guys. Yeah, it does look like the bow is still on there a little bit. It's like, oopsie. It's almost like they didn't shut it off straight. Because if you got the bow still on land, it's like the rear end, the stern, went out, but the front didn't. So it's almost like something didn't release over here. So maybe these 3 guys getting blamed, it's not their fault. It's just a mechanical failure where some latch didn't let go on one end. But they got to have them fall guys like you guys said in the chat. Yeah, huge embarrassment. You don't embarrass the great leader. That type of launch is the least desirable. Yes, it is. For other countries, we have done these for bigger ships. But most of the time, if available, they just build it in a dry dock and then just flood the dry dock. And that's all they do. And then poop, the water comes up around. But yeah, we do some side launching for large ships. But we have the facilities for it, and we've been doing it a long time. And I'm betting if you look back in the past, we've screwed the pooch too. So a lot of other countries have done some side launches. But a lot of places just use dry docks for the biggest stuff. And you're not side launching an aircraft carrier. I mean, our aircraft carriers are the size of cities. You're not side launching some of our biggest ships. That's craziness. But it happens. And I don't think they have the facilities for a big monster dry dock where you just build it and flood it up. But, yeah. I think we still do some side launching for some larger stuff, but we've been doing it a long time. We have facilities to make this look like, make it look like the house from Married with Children. They all headed to a lifetime work camp. Yeah, well, if they're lucky, Connie. If they're lucky. North Korea's Kim slams serious accident warship launch. Yep. Gonna need some work now, guys. All right, we're gonna head into a couple crazy things. One little thing I wanted to discuss here, a little semi-serious. This is over Robert Reich. Robert Reich. I bet we know how he waves to people, huh? 60% of American households, and I just call this out because, and I called him out for his crap too. He don't know me from nobody, but still. This guy, if you don't know him, he's a dickhead. And I follow him, of course, because I follow the people that are dumbasses too. You gotta know what they're saying, folks. Don't get caught, no matter which side you're on, just being myopic and only paying attention to your bubble. That would make you a Democrat. 60% of households can't afford a minimum quality of life. Meanwhile, the 19 richest households, here we go. I'm gonna say this, and I know there's a delay, and I'm gonna try to hold myself back. I want to know if you catch the problem with this as fast as I did. But Robert hopes his dumbass, smooth-brained, Democrat lefty sheep are this dumb. Meanwhile, the 19 richest households saw their wealth increase by $1 trillion in 2024. The biggest one-year increase ever. Our problem isn't a lack of resources. Our problem is ever-expanding inequality. I'm going to hold myself back here. I'm going to try to wait for the delay. Even on low latency, there's a delay, I know. I want to know if you guys catch the problem with that. Just what he wrote right there. Just this part right here. That, in the blue, there's a problem there. I'm trying to watch the delay. Now I can see how long the delay is. Yeah, it still ain't blue. Still ain't blue. Okay, so it's a good delay even on low latency. Okay, so now I'm catching it. And this is caught up, so okay. There it is. All right, so read that. 60% of American households can't afford a minimum quality of life. Meanwhile, the 19 richest households saw their wealth increase by $1 trillion in 2024, the biggest one-year increase ever. Our problem isn't a lack of resources. Our problem is ever-expanding inequality. Do you see the problem? There is a problem with this that Robert is trying to fool his smooth-brained lefty Democrat morons into. And there's a reason that I'm just telling you, I caught something here, and I'm betting anybody there, if you guys looked at this enough, you go, oh! And if you don't get this in a second, when I tell you, you're going to go, oh, shit. Robert Reich is a Trump hater. And I'm going to give you a little clue here. He's trying to blame this on Trump. He's trying to blame this on Trump. Uh-oh, there's a problem. I'm still trying to hold myself back. Most Americans don't earn enough to afford basic cost of living, analysis finds. Yeah? 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 Come on, come on. Come on, guys. I'm believing in you. I know, Jim's tired of the trivial pursuit. He's like, tell us, God dang it. We came here, we watch, you tell. Okay. The economy's partially there. But why is it BS is my question. Here's why. Here's why right here. He's trying to make everybody think this is Trump's fault. Robert Reich wasn't bitching about this stuff for the last 4 years. He's only bitching now that Trump's in office because he's a jackass. He doesn't have TDS. He knows he's lying. This guy's rich. He's a lawyer. He knows he's lying. He's a professor. Former Berkeley professor, former Secretary of Labor, co-founder Inequity Media. He knows what he's saying is a lie. He's a lying dickhead. It's 2024 is the problem. He's trying to make everybody think this is Trump's fault. Trump is for the rich because he's been spouting this shit lately. So he puts this out with all of his other posts about Trump is just making the rich richer. Well, these 19 richest households that saw their wealth increase by $1 trillion in 2024, that was under the Biden-Harris administration. Trump took office in 2025, Robert, which I did mention. I said, you sure? I said, Biden was president in 2024 at Robert Reich. Uh-oh. So if what he's saying is true, his problem is with himself, who voted for and lied for the Biden-Harris administration, who was calling Trump a Russian spy, who's been a complete lying jackass the last 10 years. Because that means his party over the last 4 years did this. But Robert is trying to make people think now, since he didn't say shit about this until now, he's putting this in the middle of his other posts about Trump making rich people richer and hurting the poor. All the shit. By the way, you go look his stuff up on X. He's posting that. Boom. He's trying to fool the smooth brains. See, Trump is making people richer. He made the 19 richest rich by $1 trillion. In 2024, he's hoping the morons will go, fucking Trump. They will just see this and go, yeah, fucking Trump. Trump's a piece of shit. Orange man. Orange man's for the rich. He's hurting us. God, the MAGA people are stupid. He's picking their pockets. They're stupid. If it's any lack of inequality, buddy, that would have been under the Democrats. That would have been under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. No. Or as Jim Patterson prefers, oh my. Oopsie. You lying dick. I know what he was doing. Very cool, Robert. I love some of these comments. Very cool, Robert. Now let's get you back to the Lollipop Guild before you propose a redistribution of wealth to solve the American dream crisis. Which is what the Democrats were doing. They were redistribution of wealth, remember? So yeah. Nobody's catching that. You notice that? Nobody is catching, hey, 2024 was Biden. Democrats. So I'm going to give myself a little celebration dance. Because read the wording. Remember how many times I'm harping on here, guys? Read the wording. Pay attention. And I read this, and right away, my little squirrel brain went, wait a minute, 2024? Robert, this is in the middle of all your other posts. Trump is all for the rich. He's hurting the average Joe. Making the rich richer. And right in the middle is this one. 2024. Dick. Dishonest dick. Robert, in my opinion, you're a dishonest, lying prick. In my humble opinion. I am very proud of myself that I see nobody in here. And this guy, look at all these comments. Half these idiots fall for it. Strangely enough, MAGA comes from almost entirely that poorest 60%. Strangely, they support a regime that's going to make things much harder for them next few years. Their taxes will increase. They will lose health care. And the cost of living will skyrocket. Cost of living skyrocketed the last 4 years, you dick. Where were you, Tony, the last 4 years? Oh, I'm sorry. Burying your head right up your ass, going, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. Don't believe your eyes, don't believe your wallet, not happening, not happening, not happening. So yeah. But even these idiots, they fell for it. This is what Robert wanted, is this shit. And these smooth brains all fell for it because they are either stupid or blinded by hate and ignore 2024. That is Joseph R. Biden and Kamala Jackass Harris. And that is the Democrats right at their feet. Yet, yeah, we're blaming Trump just like we wanted. Trump. This one here, another dummy. We need a universal income for everyone because the billionaires are running for everybody. They pay zero taxes. Are you shitting me? The upper percentage pay most of our taxes. It's a simple fact. You can look up Library of Congress. Oh, my Lord. And look at all the idiots that went exactly where Robert knew they would. Oh, my God. These people are stupid. There's one. Sorry, Lobos, he had 4 years to do something meaningful in his world. All we got was drag queen story hours, 72 genders, Sesame Street in Iraq. Time to take a break. I'll give him a heart, but he's still not catching the problem. So if I can teach you guys or try to impress upon you guys anything, watch the wording. Watch the wording. So yeah, there you go. Somebody's got the approval rating, but still not noticing his words. There we go. There we go. This guy's got a little bit of it. Look at this. Irish whiskey dude, thanks to @Joe Biden, where inflation exploded under his watch. But you never mention it. Damn right. This guy's getting there. Selective criticism is your game as usual. Nailed it. Nailed it. This guy posted her data when Biden was president. Uh-oh. Yeah, so, just saying. You can see there are some good ones here, but a lot of smooth brains. Right for Robert's little game. All right. I think that was the last major thing. Now we get into stupid stuff. Oh, do any of you know who this is? Oh, yeah. I believe this is Kamala Harris's adopted daughter. Or stepdaughter. Or is this Tim Walz's daughter? Here, let me check here. I believe it's Kamala Harris's. I believe this is Cammy's. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it is. I was right. But this is Kamala Harris's daughter who got the Beauty, the model job when Kamala was running. This is a model? This? No. They're always blaming the Donald for anything, everything. 100%, Connie. It's nice to see people in there calling the Robert out for that. But they still, only one guy kind of got what I was saying. What I caught. 2024, dickhead. 2024. But this is supposedly the epitome of beauty. Because they gave this woman a modeling contract. Because they're trying to kiss up to somebody who thought was going to be the next prez. And it didn't happen. Well, I don't mind a little bit thin, Jim, but that's a little too thin. Plus, she's goofy looking. Those look like she's wearing portals off a submarine. And she got kind of that goofy, not quite Down syndrome face going on. She's a little goofy looking. Yeah, her build is off kilter. But let's hear this amazingness. If there's music, I can't remember. I may have to mute, but hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, no chest. I don't know.
Morning, guys. I just woke up.
What's that voice? They do mess with this later on. They speed it up because of what she's doing. Just let you know. So, but her voice is goofy.
Guys. I just woke up, and you know what that means. It's time to stretch. It is 8 a.m., and I haven't had coffee yet, so I feel not as zingy. I've just been really moving and shaking the past week and not stretching enough in my body. I could feel it in my body. So, let's get into it.
Okay, that is a very skinny human. There you go. There's the epitome of attractiveness. This is what the left calls beauty. An androgynous-looking person that could pass as either is what they call femininity. Because they hate women who are women. That is, that is hard-pressed to be a girl. And look at all the lefty weirdo art in the background. A lot of it is. It's weirdo crap. All over the place. God dang. It's just goofy. But that is not feminine. Some nice clothes and makeup. Sounds like a guy, yeah? But they speed it up here during the stretches, but it's just goofy.
I just need to rip some sun salutations real quick.
Rip some sun salutations. I can't tell if those are shaved underarms.
I'm just gonna ragdoll and swing back and forth.
I'll be a sexist. I'll be a sexist. I don't like my women with fuzzy underarms.
Your lower back and on your lower
I don't
neck.
know. I can't tell.
So this is one of my favorite things to stretch with. I think it's called a Pilates band or a stretching band.
Oh my God.
It's basically got all of these little loops for you to hook your hand in or your leg in and stretch easier. Comfortable distance apart.
I'm sorry, you guys. I woke up and it's time to be offended. Well, you got to stretch to be offended, Jim. You don't want to pull those offended muscles. I paused it at the right time, too. That is just a bad look. My gosh. Oh, or maybe I paused it at the right time, because I'm sorry. That is freakily close to being a dude. So yeah, Connie, it's supposed to be an actual girl, but I don't want to assume. Yeah, you got to stretch before you go out in the world to be offended, Jim. You don't just cold roll getting offended. Boy, you could really pull some shit. You know, going up and getting in people's faces and smacking them cold, you know. You got to be warmed up and stretched.
This is really
did you hear that?
Comfortable distance apart.
Stupid. Yeah, exactly, Bunny. I'm with you on that.
This is really good to get in your shoulder blades.
Yeah, because you look... this does a lot of good because she looks just in epic condition. epic shape.
I have bad hypermobility, so when I do stuff like this, I need to be overcautious, even though I don't do it all the time. Now, same thing.
Because this is what she calls strenuous. I have bad hypermobility. How about just having some mobility? You're playing with a stretchy ribbon and you're going, I gotta be careful. Holy crap. This is the epitome of femininity to these people. The people who can't tell you what a woman is and who seem to have no problem with men, biological men in women's sports. This is their idea of a feminine person, by the way. Yikes. Their idea of a feminine person is somebody that looks almost like a biological boy, sounds almost like a biological boy, and can't even play with a little stretchy ribbon without going, well, I gotta be careful because I'm not good at hypermobility. So my stretchy ribbon, you gotta watch it. Now let's do some more prayers to the sun. My God, have a Twinkie.
But you're just going side to side. Oh. Go back. It gets here.
Oh my God.
I've been trying to stretch here a lot more because I've been feeling a lot of back pain, for my whole life, but someone had told me that to focus on stretching
for my whole
here
life,
and not here.
so I'm just, as usual, another lefty that's just, oh my God, I got all these illnesses and pains, and oh my God, welcome to life. My God, when she hits her 40s or 50s, she's going to be a fun one to be around. Well, I've got, I just get so upset if I do any pressure. She's born into a rich family. She's done nothing with her life. She's a useless dingus, and she's a nutbag. My opinion. My God, is this really a world leader's daughter? No, Jim, it's not. Because Cammie's not a world leader. She never got there. Tutting! It's somebody that wanted to be a world leader. It's not her actual daughter. Because Kamala has had no daughters. This is her husband's daughter. Yeah, but it's her stepdaughter. But yeah, a world leader's daughter. Nope, never made world leader. We dodged that bullet. Yeah. And why should I care? Thanks, now I have an opinion. Oh, 100%. Like I said, if you shave some of this hair and just change the top, you would not know this is. And this is, once again, what the left thinks is feminist. They think this is feminine. The closer it looks to a guy, the more feminine they seem to think it is.
Here?
Pit hairs, bad build. Oh, man. Not right.
It brings your back down and then causes more pain here. But when you open it up and strengthen it here, you're able to be straight. Wow, I feel a lot better and ready to start the day.
Now I can go out and be offended.
Had a good long weekend, and I hope everyone has a good week. It's my birthday week. My birthday's on Thursday, so last stretches as a 20.
Dude, okay, and I know, call me the sexist, old-fashioned jackass. You can say, okay, boomer, even though I'm not a boomer. Wrong generation there, kiddos. But feel free. But I'm sorry, if you are supposed to be a biological girl, don't go on the internet with your pit hairs if you're built like a dude. My gods, you are not helping. I admit, and I've been married with my wife now for, oh my God, about 20 years. Yike. Going on close to it. And I keep myself in shape, keep myself thin, keep myself as healthy as possible, keep myself shaved down, looking good for her. I don't let this get too bad unless she likes it at the time. Yeah. This is no. Not old-fashioned to keep yourself up for somebody.
25-year-old.
How old? How old?
Last stretches as a 25-year-old.
That's a 25-year-old lefty ultra feminine type right there. Yeehaw. Yeah, not right. Ew, anyway, he, she is gross. Yeah. Imagine 4 years of this. Yeah, we'd be seeing that walking in and out of the White House. That could have happened. And for you in California, where there's actually rumblings that Cammie may run for governor in California next time. You know, now she seems to be there trying to edge her back to run for president again. God's help us. All right, moving on. Did I have something above that? Oh, yeah, well, that's funny. All right, we're about done here. I'm not even sure I want to do the reparations, but I'm going to stop right here for a second. I'm the last of the boomers, 64 and proud, still grossed out. 100%, man. Yeah. It's funny because women are just as grossed out by women doing stuff like that as men are. It's like, yike. Thank God that ain't the crop I was fortunate to pick from. No kidding, Jim. I'm with you. Tell you what, if my wife had looked like that, I'd still be single. If she'd acted like that, all like goofy, just everything in the background, just nix the person, and you go, guess what type of person lives in this apartment? You're going, yep, lefty. Automatically, Democrat weirdo, far lefty, soy latte weirdo. My poontang is open for refugees. So she likes a little third world slavery in her bed? Just saying. She's going for a little jungle love, I'm guessing? Yike. Yeah, big middle-aged white girl, I guess. You got to go there somehow. Yes. Simple. Yes. Would you support releasing the Epstein files, even if it could send the Republicans to prison? Yes. Even if it would send Trump to prison? Yes. Because anybody that was involved in the Epstein stuff, you go to jail. Done. All right. Now this one is going to make you guys, I don't know how to say this. You're going to go, what the absolute? You think Cammie Harris's stepdaughter is bad? What is this? I'm not going to call this toxic masculinity. I'm calling this idiotic masculinity or lack of. This is 100% lack of. A real man will stick by his woman, even when she's pregnant by another man. One, take off the cowboy hat, because no cowboy would ever think this way. What the absolute holy crap hell. Dum 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 dumbass. What the hell? Advertising for herself, yeah. I know you guys are behind. I'm trying to pay attention and keep in time with the chitty chats. You guys on Rumble, this is all for you too. You can definitely pipe up if, I know on Rumble, thank you by the way, Jim and Connie, for telling me that you have to have an account on Rumble to chat. And, stuff like that. So I get it. You can watch, but you can't chat. So, welcome to you guys on Rumble. Nope. Yeah, exactly, Connie. 100%. What the absolute. This right here is a lefty man. And this thinks this is hot. So when she gets bored with his soy butt, his feminizing butt, his I'm a male feminist, and goes out and does a real man, and then comes home after she goes little jungle love with these lefties. Jungle love is when they go out and sleep with a Trump supporter. That's their idea of jungle love. I'm going to go get me some orange lovin'. Yeah. Gonna make something great again. She gonna get knocked up by a Trump supporter and runs home to Zippy the Wonder Dink here. He's gonna go, yip, kid, yeah, baby, love you. Oh, yeah. Every time she can run off to get herself a little MAGA. I didn't know Kevin Bacon's wife was a tard. Did you? Kevin Bacon's wife says she's afraid she's going to lose her right to vote under Trump. Well, one, I don't think you're ever going to be under Trump there, sweetie. Trump can do better. Look at his wife. I know I'm messing with the words there, but you know what I mean. Gonna lose her right to vote. Oh my God, these lefty lunatics. These celebrity lefty loons. I do not get it.
How you doing? I felt like it was important to get on the blower and talk a little bit about...
On the blower? Do you realize the phrase on the blower is what they used to call telephones back in like the 1920s or 30s? Gotta get on the blower.
How I'm feeling and wondering how you're feeling about the state of our union. I'm finding myself pretty scared about a lot of things. Scared about losing my rights as a woman. Scared about losing my right to vote as a woman. Scared about losing autonomy over my body as a woman. Scared of my parents' Social Security checks. Scared of food banks.
You're married to a multi-millionaire. Shut up. And I'm betting you've got millions also. They don't normally go marry the poors. Usually the multi-millionaire celebrities marry other multi-millionaires. Shut up.
Banks running out of food and not being able to replenish because they're no longer getting federal funding. Yes, the federal government can use improvement, and there's a lot of things that they've done right over the decades. So I think the answer to being freaked out for me is about community, and I feel excited that we're coming together as a nation on Saturday. You can look it up in your area. It's Hands Off March, and, you know, I'm just going to go and hear what I hear and feel less alone in the world, because I feel like that's really important. So if you're worried about...
Well, I can go with her on that. Maybe get out and do something, but I stopped that at the perfect time. I've had a great track record of pauses tonight. I'm doing pauses amazing. I'm just pausing them at the perfect time tonight. I'm almost over too proud of myself about that, but yeah. I will say, yeah, get out and get around some people, but maybe get out of your bubble, lady. Get out of your bubble. Kevin, are you like this, buddy?
Anything
Seriously.
that's going on in the world, like, I would suggest that you might want to get out there and have your body counted and your voice heard. And we'll probably learn a lot and help each other just by being together.
All right, Mrs. Bacon here. I don't even like calling her Mrs. Bacon because she should have nothing to do with bacon. I love bacon. But her and this chick could hang out. My God, could they hang out and be buddies. They could do weird sun stretches and braid each other's pit hairs. Goofy. I feel bad that her name has anything to do with one of my favorite foods. Actually, one of the most amazing, beautiful foods on earth. I feel dirty. Where's her husband? LOL with a MAGA supporter? I hope so. MAGA supporter? Probably. All right. Channel yourself into the stupid side of the force. There's a light side, a dark side, and then there's the stupid side. It is the left side of the force. Best way to improve the rainbow flag is with explanations of what it's about and who are pushing it. I am not even sure I can read all that. I'm going to sit back and relax a little bit. Look at this crap. Androgynos, both male and female. Tum Tum. Has anybody ever heard of Tum Tum? I guess Tum Tum Tums. I don't know. Tums. You know, good for your stomach and acid reflux. Tum 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 Tum. I don't know. Tum Tum, no sexual characteristics. Well, we just almost saw it. Right there. So that's a Tum Tum then. No sexual characteristics. Tum 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 Tum. Tum 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 Tum. Yeah, sorry, a little Beethoven there. Tum 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 Tum. So Tum Tum. I don't even know how to say this. Elonatama. Natural female to male. What the shit does that even mean? Elonat Adam. Artificial female to male. Huh? Saris Hama. Natural male to female. Huh? Saris Adam. Artificial male to female. Huh? One of you guys has got to help me with this, because I'm just looking at this going, the fuck is going on? I don't even know how to... Ugh. Hey, I admit I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, folks. But, whoa, what the crap? Whoever thought this up is about as sharp as the bottom end of my tennis shoe. This makes as much sense as a donkey's football. I'm telling you right now. What? What? So let's just take a quick browse on what these comments are on this one. You miss halal. Save the rainbow. Take it back. Hijacked by the alphabet people. Looks and sounds like total bullshit. Norm. Norm, I like you. Exactly, Norm. I love this one. That's why I gave this an art. Sorry if I don't understand. Is this elf talk from Elfland? From the sort of grown-up children types who still play fantasy games? I ask because some immature people reinvent the real world to suit their inability to cope with reality. But elf satire is greatly appreciated. Oh no. Tum Tum like Barbie, Ken, and G.I. Joe. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, Jim, you crossed a line. Do not forsake the name. You wise ass. I know you. Oh, Jim thinks he's funny. Man. I am sorry about the trivia. Man, oh man. Gonna make me pay for that. Wow. G.I. Joe, you really? You had to put Barbie in the same class? Man, G.I. Joe comes off a long fight with Cobra. Barbie ain't gonna be walking right the next day. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, Duke has got it there. Just telling you. Picking on G.I. Joe. No, it's a commie. God dang, Jim. You really got me to that. What is pansexual, by the way? I can say it means you love pans and you make out with them. It's like, it means you'll love anything, I believe. I believe pansexual means you'll love animals, inanimate objects, whatever. Let's see, I guess. Let's find out. Connie wants to learn tonight. Let's find out. Let's see, what's Connie want to learn? There you go, Connie. You did this. Pansexual means a person is attracted to individuals of all genders regardless of their assigned sex at birth or gender identity. If often described as being attracted to people based on their personality and connection rather than their gender. Pansexual people may also experience different levels of attraction to different genders, and you should never leave your pots and pans near them because they are also valid targets for buggery. Oh, so pretty much you can doink whatever you want. Just say bisexual or something. Pansexual. Jim Patterson, bits, no bits, maybe. Stop looking down G.I. Joe's pants. Man, you're trying to worry me a little bit, Jim. And man, I'm telling you right now, Lady J, whoo. Used to like, come on, everybody, the Baroness. Oh, come on, the Baroness from Cobra. She was hot. Kind of one of the few bad girls wearing the glasses, had the accent. Yep. Now, don't get me going, man. We'll go into some G.I. Joe girls that were hot. No bits. You don't know that. Stop looking down G.I. Joe's pants. It's a little weird, man. If you were telling me you're looking down Scarlett or Lady J's pants, okay, but don't tell me you're checking out Duke's junk. Connie, well, you asked, and I'm here to help you learn and answer. So there you go, kids. Tonight we learned a new word. Can you say it with me, boys and girls? Pansexual. It means don't leave your Royal Crown cookware or Tefal out around these people. Because saying they like to have sex with pans makes about as much sense. So there you go. We've learned something. We are all now better people. So yeah. We learned something new. Thank you, Connie. We all needed that. All right. I don't think I played this one. I do not believe I've had it in my or did I play this one? I think I did. Yeah, I did. So I said, oh no, she at least admits she's stupid. Okay. So let's see here. I got a couple funs up top. Let's see. Oh. Ever had days like this? Yep. Definitely had days like that. Boof. That's a good Jeep, man. Even the Power Wheels Jeeps are like all-wheel drive, dude. Look at that. Just use that horsepower. And Jimmy learned what FAFO means on that day. All right, just a couple funs here. I was going to look at some crazy police videos real quick, but we've been on a good while. You guys have been absolutely fun as hell. And I am over my time. I wanted to go about 2 hours, but you guys are just too damn good. All right. Regretting picking a fight with a bouncer. We're going to do a few of these. We'll be out of here. And I appreciate you guys. Jim, thank you for staying up. And stop. But man, stop G.I. Joe hate, man. Just don't do it. Pin on both sides, yeah? Well, as men, we've all done it. This is the difference between men and women. Women are a little bit smarter, even though I can't say that all the time because a 90-pound, 100-pound girl is now out trying to law enforce on 200-plus pound men. So, no, maybe not much better anymore because it seems like women just, nope, I got to go out and be the man now. Don't shave my pit ears. I can go out and burp with the guys. Nope, don't. All right. This was a big mistake. Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is a do not do. And YouTube, I am playing this as a warning to not do this. Like it says at the top, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I am not I'm not going to say I'm an alpha male. I don't know, in today's society, I guess maybe I am. I'd call myself an A minus. I'm an alpha minus. Or maybe an alpha, but not alpha plus. How's that? But I'm telling you right now, I'm no chicken shit, but I'm not a moron. I'm strong for my size. I exercise heavily, lift a lot of weight. But dude here is a good foot and a half shorter than dude here on the left. And unless this dude on the right is really good, stronger than he looks and smart, dude on left is going to wipe El Floro with him because there's a mass difference. There's a reason we have weight classes in fighting. So, Spaghetti-O.
Get him!
Big dude can reach him from across the street. Oh! And YouTube, we are playing this as a do not do. This is a warning. Don't do stupid crap like this. Do not go swing on a bouncer. Don't break the law. Do not assault people. You feel better, YouTube? That's it. Dude is gonna be waking up in the morning, and I'm gonna bet you dollars on dollars there was alcohol involved here. I'm gonna say this was involved with alcohol, and a couple of his other buddies. Hey, Bob, watch this. Hey, Jimbo, I bet you can't take that guy. Yes, I can, Grug. Drank some liquid courage and went at it. And the next day he's going to wake up, what the hell happened to me? You don't remember? Remember what? Oh, man, you went up to this 7-foot tall big bouncer guy and you hit him. Oh, shit. That's men. Sure, Jan. About that Brady Bunch. Marsha. Why is everything about Marsha? Because Marsha was the hottest. Sorry, Jan. Yeah, the guy who played Greg was lucky. I guess he was sleeping with the mom and Marsha. Must have been a rough gig in that he had there. Go and be famous and making a lot of money for the time and nailing Florence Henderson and nailing the chick played Marsha. I forgot her name, but damn. She was pretty hot, too. Oof. So, yeah. He will have a shiner and no, yeah. Oh, that's... And another public service, YouTube, we are here to help people. If you are a bouncer, this is the proper way to restrain a drunk individual who assaults you, so you do not do any more damage to him than you need. You do just enough to protect yourself, and then you hold him so he does not injure himself. It is a public service you are doing to yourself and to him and the public around. So there you go. The more you know, and the little star goes by. So, yeah. We are learning tonight.
Damn! World star!
Yeah. That dude is just laying on him going, whatever. Yeah, dude is comfy, just going, whatever. Bad move. Now, is that his girlfriend with him? Because, is she with him? Because I don't think she's going to be impressed. He will have shiner and no teeth. I think his whole face is going to be purple after that. But if that's his girlfriend, man, if she's with him, he just lost her because she is not going to be impressed. She looks cute. God, I hope she's not with him because she ain't no more. All right. So play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Clear as a bell. Watch this dummy. That is a big kitty cat. This is a dumb idea. Oh! Look at his hand! No chance. Dude, I am so pulling for this kitty cat. I am pulling for Kitty, and Kitty's like, you are one lucky P-Rick. Oh! You see his hand? Look at that. One little claw barely got in, and look at that right there. Rip, and that is deep. Look at Kitty. Kitty's like, oh man, you're lucky. You back up a little. You're in trouble. Do not mess with kitty cats. Kitty cats, there's a reason we bred kitty cats down to this size. Because kitty cats, pound for pound, I'm sorry, if I had a 100-pound kitty cat and a 100-pound dog, my money is going on the kitty cat. We bred them down to tiny and only allow our house kitty cats to be about the size of a Shih Tzu because kitty cats are pure carnivores and predators. You do not want a kitty cat like this in your house. Kitty cat will eat your Mastiff. People, I got a big mastiff. Yeah, it's a wiener compared to these kitty cats that weigh 800 pounds. Do not play stupid games with 600-pound kitty cats. My 13-pound cat can rip you up. This? Dumb. Dumb. Ever seen Cats versus Snakes? Yes! I was playing a video the other day when I was looking for stuff like this. Dude, kitty cats are crazy fast. I was watching, in this video I was watching, the cats were screwing with snakes. What wouldn't they screw with? A mongoose. Come on, mongooses are coming around cats. Show a couple videos of that. That's when kitties are like, screw you, I'm out of here. Kitty cats are out. Kitty cats are more agile and can get away. But in a fight with a mongoose, the mongooses are insanely fast. But yeah, Ryan, I've seen that. Cats versus snakes are nuts. The mongooses versus snakes even crazier. Mongoose just goes up and screws with them. Crazy crap. Lions have that same insane reaction time. Yes. Fastest in the animal kingdom. I think you're right, man. Partially because their eyes are super insanely sharp. They've got like ultra vision, man. And they can see your body about to twitch. They can see your blood vessels flump, thump, 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 and too when you're about to do stuff. But yeah, you're right. They're almost like Jedis. They're fast as hell. Insanely crazy. It's how they can catch birds in the air. So yeah, I think you might be right about the fastest in the animal kingdom. Maybe the only one that'd be faster is some of the predatory birds. Some of those are crazy. The big falcons and eagles and stuff are crazy fast with their reflexes. But yeah, this is just... I was pulling for the cat anyway because the guy's being a dick. Don't screw around with... Don't mess with animals like that. It's being a dick move. So yeah. Oh, dude. Look at this crap. This is quick. Look at this crazy crap. And you can see it coming. This starts it when it's already happening. This cop is talking to somebody. He's stopped. Look over here on the left. This car has come around the corner and has already skidded out. That is nutso. It's like you can see it just about to happen. Did you mention, have you ever seen Jedi cats? No. Damn you, Ryan. Now you give me something else to look up. You do this to me. I like it, though. That sounds wrong. I didn't mean to say that, Ryan. Jedi cats. Oh, my. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I've seen this. Where they, like, make it, put the lightsabers. Yeah, okay. Yes, I have seen it. Dude, that's old. Yeah, okay, 2016. It is old. Oh, dude, thank you. Now you sent me down an old-time rabbit hole. And I'm going to be playing those later. Thanks, Ryan. Damn it, Ryan. But, dude, this is crazy here. I've seen this video before. And this cop, this is longer than this. But he's just talking. All of a sudden, this car comes around from the out of the frame. And you just see... I'm like, oh. It is, Ryan. And thanks. I had forgotten all about it. Dude, I can't believe that was 9 years ago now. And now I'm going to be watching it later. When I'm over here doing my breathing treatments, I'll be watching that. Thanks, bud. I was going to watch somebody play Warzone tonight. Verdansk, I believe. I believe he's playing. That's Bobby Poff. I like watching him late at night sometimes. But now I'm going to be watching that. God dang it. Everybody look up Jedi Cats. If I play it on here, there's a good chance with the music and stuff I'll get in trouble. I've had enough claims. Whoa. Oh! And that cop hadn't seen that. If he'd been between that car and that rail, he still took a hell of a hit.
911 Bravo, Start Me Rescue, Start Me Units, accident, right here at County Parkway, south after Braddock. My cruiser was hit, driver was hit. I'm trying to check on injuries.
That's amazing. The guy took this hit, and right away, he's on his radio trying to get help. That's a good cop right there. That's an exceptional cop. Man, that right there, man, his underwear is filling. Oh my gods. Jeez. Wow. Right here, man. He's up, steps over, and he's already on his radio. Look at this crap. You know he got hit.
Serve me rescue. Serve me units. Accident. Right here at County Parkway. South after Braddock. My cruiser.
I don't know. Considering he was watching, he's talking to this person leaning into a car. I think his reaction time is pretty good, considering if I remember right, this guy was doing over 100 miles an hour when he skidded out. And it was some young kid jacking around. I think reaction time is pretty good because that time from here to here is what? A second or two? And he's looking down. He's talking to his lady, trying to get information, or man, or whatever. Try to get information. And he's over here for a reason on the side. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. He had 4 seconds to pull his head up, stand up, hear that while he's doing something else. A lot of us would not be that aware to hear that. Pull his head up and hear that, and then right there, man, he is on his bike. He is cooking. He's watching his car, and son of a bitch. I don't know. I'm going to say that's pretty good reaction time considering he was doing something all the way down here talking to somebody. I'm going to give that pretty good time. Especially considering the vest he's wearing, the handcuffs, the firearm, the extra mags, the taser, all the weight he's got on him. That's pretty skippy. I'm giving that some skippy because that thing just comes in. I mean, that's there. He doesn't have a lot of time. He doesn't know where exactly where he's going to skid. He's trying to pay attention. Wow. Man, I don't know. That's pretty quick. Damn. Yeah, his ass is lucky. 100%. I think I saw an interview with him after this somewhere years ago. And it was like, he was like, that was the luckiest day of my life. He's like, I could have been killed, but there's a reason. There's a reason we stand on this side. But he's like, if I hadn't got out of here, he's like, look at the guardrail and what happened. If I'd been in there, I'm done. What he said, I believe what he said was the noise is what got him. It was this noise right here. He could hear that in the background. Hear that? I got as loud as it'll go. That. He says if that thing hadn't made that noise, he'd have been done. So, woof, 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 woof. This is jackassery. And the reason I played this one, I do not like any town or city who says, well, we're not going to chase people because it's dangerous. All you're doing is telling criminals all they have to do is do whatever they want and run. And they won't be chased. They can steal a car, do whatever they want, and then run away in somebody's car, and there's no way they're going to be in trouble. That does not help crime. That just makes crime worse. All these areas where they have these ultra no chase laws, they have much more crime. Because all it does is let the criminals get away and they come back. But people can get hurt. We all understand that. Only the asshole lefties among us do not understand that maybe if somebody runs, we have to chase them. That it's on the bad guys. I do not like when people say, well, it's the cops' fault for chasing. No. Because if they don't chase somebody, and then that person does something bad to somebody else, or hurts somebody else, then you blame them. There's no way for these people to win. That's why we have this now where a lot of cops won't do nothing because they're afraid of getting in trouble either way. It's easier to stay out of trouble if they don't do anything. But this right here is crazy because of the cops are chasing them caption, but also what happens to the building. Deep T-boned somebody, but that's freaky. That building sucked. That is insane. Thankfully, it looks like the person that the jackass ran into is moving. Thankfully. And I'm not just sure the jackass got out, but it looks like the people, their person at least in this car, is gonna make it out. But wow, I do not want people to blame the cops. You cannot let criminals just go. It makes it worse. And then, let's say you let somebody go, and then they go and hurt a child or end a child's life or somebody else. Then what? Come on. That is crap. Just letting bad guys go does not make things better. And you blame the criminals. The criminal ran. It's like blaming people who would start their car in the winter and let it warm up, and then a bad guy comes along and steals it. They blame. There are some areas that will give you a ticket. That if your car is running with the keys in it and somebody takes your car, it's your fault. They'll ticket you. No. My car's sitting there on my land doing its own thing. The bad guy took it. Well, you tempted them. No. No. That is lefty mindset. You stole the car, your fault. This asshole ran, his fault. Not this police officer's. I hate that talk. I do like this officer still pointing a firearm at it, going, well. Then he's like, you're pretty squished. I mean, whew. I mean, that really hits that car. And if I had a choice. Now, here's the bad thing. Did you notice what I'm showing you here? Look right here. There's a dude right there. There is a dude walking right there. He's right there. You can barely see him in this blur. There's a dude there. Right there. And oh my gods. Yep. Unfortunately, I don't think he made it. I can't believe that just came down. That building looks condemned anyway. It looked like there's any glass in the windows. So I think they were tearing it down anyway, but wow. That is just wrong. That's not glorifying anything. I just, stolen car being chased by police, runs red light, causing a horrific accident with building collapse. Usually this is people blaming cops for running. In fact, if I click over to it, I'm betting somebody's going to be saying it. The owner of that building. Oh, I bet that building is being taken down anyway. Another angle from another officer. Ooh. Oh, he's the officer that ran across with the firearm.
Let me see it!
Yep.
Let me see it! Let me see it! Let me see it! Let me see it! Let me see it!
Oh my, multiple people in there.
Hey, give me your hand!
Holy crap.
Let me see your hand!
Oh my. That is rough. I cannot believe the people in that car are still around. The guy, I'm betting the one guy is Gandhi. Wow. Well, that's a bad move. Oh my God, how much alcohol did you have? What the? Give it up. What the hell? Did that got sound? Alright, that's a great place to stop right here. Yeah, exactly, Connie. That guy, when I originally watched it, I missed it for the first couple times. And then it's like, oh, there's a dude walking. And if that guy lived, I don't know because, oh my Lord. Feel bad for this guy just minding his business. Yep, see, they caught it right there. Yeah, and that, oh, here's a picture now. The whole building is gone. So yeah, it looks like they were tearing it apart anyways. There's no glass in anything. And it looks like it's about half peeled anyway. That's probably why it fell so easy. I mean, look at it. It's got a big billboard over the front end and no glass in nothing. This thing's already been stripped out to be taken down. This happened in Baltimore. The car also hit a pedestrian who was pronounced, yeah. Jeez. Car that ran the red light had been stolen. Well, no kidding. Stupid people doing stupid things, yeah. That's just... I don't know. I just don't like when they blame the cops for this. All right, I'm going to get back to the chat here, and we'll blow this up and have a good laugh and try to get away from that loss of that poor man's life who's just minding his own business. Oh, I know some of them are, Jim, but, you know, there's some of them are new to everybody because we don't see, not all of us see everything. Oh, you talking about the one with the car disintegrated there? Yeah, that's old. But we all see something here. My dog is clawing at the couch. He's trying to get comfy. Riker, just lay down. Leave the sheets on the dog bed. Thank you. For some reason, he likes to dig the sheets up and drag them upstairs off the dog bed. Houston is the same way. Sorry, Ryan. Depends on what level tech you have. In Dallas, they don't chase. But you bet your sweet ass are going to get that 12 unit no knock. 12 a.m. no knock wake up call later that night. Maybe. But the thing is, what they do in a lot of areas that are no chase is they steal a car or put somebody's plates on a car. And then they just do whatever they want and no chase. So the police don't know where to go. They could end up knocking on some innocent person's door, and it's happened a lot. They will kick down somebody's door who had their car stolen, never even knew. In the middle of the night, somebody steals a car, goes out, does some stupid shit, runs, and then the cops are kicking your door in. A lot of people have had that happen. In fact, it happens a lot in the no-chase towns and cities and areas. People are getting their doors kicked in, getting arrested by the police, going, the hell are you talking about? My car was where? Or where are my license plates? It happens. And that's another reason I don't like the no-chase shit, because they're going after random people. And I don't like it. Houston's the same way. They won't chase, but you're not getting away. Yeah, they do. A lot of people get away. The semi-smart criminals get away with it. Steal a car, steal plates, run, no chase, done. They'll have choppers and drones and well, not all the time. Choppers and drones aren't everywhere, and they don't always catch them. Like I said, no chase is not a good idea. It just doesn't help. If you're going home, once again, you're still assuming that they're in their car or with their plates. A lot of people in these no-chase cities have learned, there's videos on parts of the internet that you can find who actually tell people what to do to get away with this crap. So yeah, it depends on what they do. If they steal a car, nope, they're getting away with it most of the time. And you're getting a knock on the door. Poor pedestrian. Yeah, no kidding. I agree. Is Riker the alpha? Yeah. Yeah, Riker's our guy. The Gemma and Grace are our two girls. But yeah, Riker being at Chesapeake. In households, they have Chesapeake Bay Retrievers. If there only one is the Chesapeake Bay Retriever, male or female, ends up being the alpha. Chesapeake Bay Retrievers seem to be leaders. So yeah. So we're going to try to wander away a little bit here from the unfortunate sadness of that guy getting himself offed. And unfortunately, it looks like the criminals did not. Boy of the world, it sucks. Pepper is walking down here yowling. Okay. It's going to be a rough day in the litter box, I guess, over in the laundry room. But let's take a quick look at this guy. I'll do a quick chat and we'll get out of here. I love this. That is drunk. That's just worth it. That's drunk. That is stupid levels of drunk. Man. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these. Oh my God. Okay. I lied. We're going to take a quick look at that. Nope, no music. Nope, music bad. Wow. Besides the fact that truck is sitting in the middle of the road, but this car is flying. Holy Moses. Wow. I have an Indiana plate on the back and an expired Kentucky plate on the front. Oh my God. Don't get picked up. No police think that's funny. my Trans Am has no plate holder in the front. And I have no plate in the front of my Trans Am. But a cop stopped me one time. I'm like, then why don't you guys stop Corvettes that have no plate holder? Why don't you stop? There's a lot of brands of cars driving down the street that have no plate holder. Yeah, so I'm like, then why aren't you stopping them? But why me? Oh, because Trans Am's a poor man's kind of sports car. You ain't gonna stop the guys in $100,000 cars. So yeah, neato. All right, guys, let me find me here. Boom, boom. All right, well, I do appreciate you guys all stopping in. Those of you on Rumble, my mousey turned off. There we go. Those of you guys on Rumble, thank you very much. I was on a little longer than I wanted to be, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I do enjoy this. That's why I like it. How about the kid that Pokey, the white kid at the track meet? Are they really trying him as an adult? As far as I know, I don't know. I haven't read anything about it lately. It got so goofy, I kind of backed away for a while. I'm hoping we actually did hear something. Let's see here. Let's do a quick look. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to erase Jedi Cats because now I gotta watch that later. Thanks, Ryan, for bringing up. You're not kidding. That is an amazing little thing that happened for what? I think that was a flash in the pan for about 6 months to a year. How do I spell that? Let's see. They're saying they did 2 days ago. Charged as an adult for ending, yeah. Ooh. For ending a life not indicated for stabbing. What? Charged as adult for not indicated for stabbing at track. What? I don't even understand what that means. Charged as an adult with first degree. Ooh, boy. Well, we all knew that was kind of coming. Because every lawyer is out there saying he has no self-defense. He can't stand up self-defense. Yeah, he can't self-defense. Because he had every chance to walk away. There's tons of witnesses. And by his own admission and everybody's statements, he had a chance to just walk away. The original thing was they just wanted him to leave. And I heard the last statements I heard was they don't want strangers or people sitting in the tent that they didn't invite. Because a lot of people walk away for a little bit and leave their stuff in that tent. And there's usually a person or two there to watch the stuff. And they're like, no, you need to leave. But he had every opportunity to leave. Everybody is saying that the Metcalf kid said you need to go. All he had to do was leave would have been done. The fact that he stayed and fought is why they say he has no self-defense. He has no self-defense defense. So yeah, it looks like they are trying him as an adult. So, do I think he'll be convicted? No, is a better question. I don't think so. I don't think so. Or if he is convicted, it'll be a very slap on the wrist. So there you go, Connie. So yep, Indiana requires rear plates, front is a decorative. Well, I know, but normally they still don't like you mixing plates. But all right, guys. Adult premeditated. Yep, 100%. That's what it looks like. But is he going to be convicted for it? I'm going to say nope, nope, and nope. I'm going to say no. He won't be convicted. That's just me. I'm going to say he won't be convicted for it. But you guys, sorry, I got an itch. You guys can let me know what you think. Rough, no dollars. They are making that kid's family pay back that money. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought I heard there's some problem with the funding, but I didn't know they're paying to pay it back. All right, guys, but I do have to get out of here. I got at least an hour and a half, 2 hours of treatments to do yet. And I got some stuff going on tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes on what time I'll be on. I will definitely try earlier than this, but we'll see what happens. Sorry to rush, but I just looked at the time and went, oh, crap, I'm an hour over what I wanted. So, yahoo! But thank you guys for coming in on both sides here. Please hit thumbs up and like. And I'm going to get out of here, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And have a good night, good morning, whatever it is now for you. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you later. Sorry to run, but wow, I looked at that clock and went, oh, holy crap. I'm late on a few of these. You think you'll get convicted? I think if he gets convicted, it's going to be slap on the wrist. Because they know if they do too much, there's going to be riots. The left is looking for excuses right now. They are clearly looking for excuses, and I think they're going to be afraid to really do what they should. If it's the other way around, though, there'd be no worry. All right, have a good one. Stop drawing me back in, Connie. Ryan, thank you for the Jedi cats. Jim, thank you very much, and stop with the G.I. Joe's wiener. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Thank you. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, however.